Truth over lies. Truth over lies.
We see through the disguise. They keep us distracted while the world's on fire. Global game, same plan. If we don't stay focused, we'll never get our land. They talk world peace, while they loading the weapons. Same script, different feelings, same global direction. US pointing fingers that is well on screen, but the real war invisible, messing with minds of the people we seen. They say pick a side, red or blue, while the money keep printing and the truth stay new. Black folks caught in the middle of a chessboard play. Entertainment distractions keep us arguing all day. They don't want unity, they want noise. They don't want leaders, they want angry boys. Scrolling, debating, beefing online, while rapper put action get better in the headline.
Truth over lies.
They selling fear on the news. If we don't see the pattern, we'll keep falling for the rules.
Truth over lies.
Same empire, new face, distracted people never win the race. They weaponize conflict, divide the globe.
Sanction, invasion, money controls, but tell Black America to stay entertained while generational death never got reclaimed. Reparations ain't charity, it's a debt. Stolen labor, stolen land, don't forget. They want us beefing over nonsense and clout, while the real conversation never comes out. Peace ain't possible without truth involved. You can't heal a wound you refuse to resolve, so we staying locked in, eyes wide open, no distractions, we decoding what's spoken. Focus, they want us blind, unfocused, focus. We too old to be hopeless. No more smoke screens, no more circus shows. Truth over lies. Truth over lies.
They selling fear on the news. If we don't see the pattern, we keep falling for the rules.
Truth over lies.
Same empire, new face, distracted people never win the race.
Truth over lies.
Mr. Walker, truth over lies. World politics, black focus, no distractions. Another young life lost to street violence. Yeah, this ain't entertainment, this is intervention. If the truth hurts your feelings, it probably need to be said.
Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. At the streets trying to break them chains. Quarters in mindset, grown men talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk.
Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. At the streets trying to break them chains. Quarters of mindset, grown man talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk.
Truth over lies, this real, no cap, no cap, no crash outs, no throwaway stats, waste that. OG's back, put order in place. Say to you, left the streets, left the cage.
Yeah, I seen talent die for an Instagram stare. Wine chasing clout, no plan, no prayer. Street code outdated, nobody wins. Same block, same cycle, same pens. They selling dreams, but it's really a trap. Labels love bodies, they don't love blacks. We need leaders, not shooters with aim. Need fathers and homes, not candles and names. Quarter zip weather, mind on legacy. Talk money, discipline, equity. I ain't judging, I'm correcting course. Truth hit hard, but it save you more.
Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. If the streets trying to break them chains. Quarters at mindset, grown man talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk.
Yeah, OG talk, pull a chair, sit down. Ain't no honor in a jailhouse gown. They told you drill was the way to shine, but the real killers is time and fines. They cheering when you crash out young, and forget your name when the sentence come. We ain't anti-culture, we anti-death. Anti-mama crying, anti-breath, last left. You wanna be a man, build something real. Stocks, trade, skill set, something you can feel. If the streets ain't hate, it's love with the spine. We tryna get you old now, viral online.
Truth over lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets when you need you here. Quarters of vision, fit your focus, kiss. Break generational suffering. Truth over lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets when you need you here. Quarters of vision, future focus, kings. Break generational suffering.
We don't profit off death. We don't clap for destruction. We here to build men.
Not bury boys.
Not bury boys.
Truth over lies.
Yeah. Cart before the horse productions. Gavin X Mr. Walker. Truth over lies. SBC Nation. We in here. We ain't like them, we stay on cold. Truth over lies, yeah, we exposed. From the hood, but we chose that growth. Build our people, yeah, that's the goal. Hit like, subscribe, don't scroll past. Cash App, love, super chat fast. Real talk only, no podcast. Yeah. Truth over lies, yeah, we stand on that. Yeah. Came from the mud, now we cleaning it up. Same block raised us, but we changing it up. No more crashing out, we elevating the mind. Trying to break them cycles, leave that struggle behind. They promote chaos, we promoting the code. Family first, yeah, that's how it go. Married men speaking, yeah, we leading the way. Not perfect, but we building each day. Single mom stresses and playing both sides. Child support courts got a whole lot of pride. But where the structure, where the fathers at? We ask real questions, they don't honor that.
We ain't like them, we stay on course. Truth over lies, yeah, we exposed. Yeah. From the hood, but we chose that growth. Build our people, yeah, that's the goal. Hit like, subscribe, don't scroll past. Cash App, love, super chat fast. Real talk only, no podcast cap. Truth over lies, yeah, we stand on that. Reparations talk, yeah, we bring it to light. But unity first, gotta get it right. Can't build wealth if the home's not strong. Too many kids growing up all wrong. Doug, wildin', Bob, Keisha fed up. Toxic love stories, yeah, we seen enough. We break it down so the truth hit clear. No sugarcoat talk when we speak in here. Stay woke, not sleep, gotta move with sense. Not every trend worth the consequence. They push distractions, we pushing facts. Trying to get the culture back on track. Ooh, we just want better days. Real love, real homes, better ways. Ooh, we just speak that truth for the ones coming up after you. Truth over lies, yeah, we locked in. Single by choices, yeah, we tapped in. Couple for the horse, yeah, we building brands. SBC Nation, yeah, we taking stands. Like, comment, subscribe, don't wait. Support the show, yeah, we appreciate. Cash App, super chat, show love, truth over lies. Yeah, we rise above.
Welcome. Live Tuesday night, Truth Over Lies, brought to you by
Caught before the horse production.
We live. Welcome to
Caught before the
It's Wednesday night, Mr. Walker. How you feeling, brother?
Yes, sir. I am feeling freaking-tastic per usual. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, El Nug Nugs and Le Bonquishas. Welcome to Cart Before the Horse, Truth Over Lies. In affiliation with the Bougie Negro Podcast, and also, as all you Negroes know, in association with Ain't No Fun Once the Rabbits Got the Gun Entertainment. What's going on with you this fine Truth Over Lies Wednesday?
So here we are. Welcome in. All right. We're a little bit late, but y'all see the thumbnail. It's going to be one of them nights. So hit the like button, whether you're watching on the Cart Before the Horse channel or over at Truth Over Lies. Hit the like button and subscribe.
There you go. No matter which channel you Jab Chickens are watching from, as we are simulcasting, come one, come all, this fine August 19th, 2026. As you can see, Gavin X and I are very much still in the mix, reporting live to you Jive Chickens with Truth Over Lies.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
And y'all see the thumbnail tonight. All right. We're going to be talking about not all skin folk are kinfolk. So stay woke. And y'all see the brother Poetic Flacco on the thumbnail. So we're going to be talking about him a little later. It's going to be a crazy show.
Ooh, he's a big grifter, big old fluffy grifter, old Flacco. I don't have too much knowledge on the individual, but I seen a little bit. We put him on display, I think, last week. Yeah, a fluffy character. My point is saying that is, I find it amazing. Shout out to last night show, the brother Trey out there in the streets, out there antagonizing them soft ninjas out there. These soft dudes, we have a lot to say, man. Back in my day, you couldn't afford it. I don't know. You can afford to be soft and mouthy. You end up with no teephasis. But this is YouTube. This is the internet. It's 2026. Here we are.
Hey. So y'all know what it is. Hit the like button. Shout out to Lee Turner. Come through with the super sticker.
We appreciate you, Brother Lee.
And Brother Lee, been a member 26 months, says hit the like button.
That part.
And that's over at the Cart Before the Horse channel. Because as y'all know, Truth Over Lies is not even a year old yet. So I believe the Cart Before the Horse channel is coming up on its anniversary. I think it's 4-year anniversary and coming up soon, maybe at the end of the month. So yes, started our journey.
That's crazy. Well, yeah, Cart Before the Horse, yeah. 4 years. We've been for that long. Let's go. That's been a while. Like we making a career out of this or something.
Man.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
So yeah, 4 years. Started the Cart for the Horse. And like I said, Truth Over Lies will be 1 year in October, I believe. We'll be celebrating 1 year over here.
Listen here. I done told you guys before, we ain't got the hubris and pride as many other folks up here. We ain't celebrating not a nan day if it weren't for you Jab Chickens always coming through, always supporting your interests. We can't thank you guys enough.
Straight like that, straight like that, straight like that, straight. Money.
And shout out to our brother Ryan Page, come through gifting 5 channel memberships.
We appreciate you, Brother Ryan. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
Coming through like you do. Yeah, I be getting like the old memories on like different social media. It's like, hey, there's a memory. It's like 4 years ago. And we was all hyped up about it. It was a big thing. It didn't go over quite like we thought it would initially, you know, but still ain't. We still building as we flying. We obviously never satisfied. So but initially was definitely a humbling experience, but we still here.
Man, I'm trying to tell you something. Listen here, we used to be up there going live with 7 folks watching. And some of y'all, maybe some of those 7, the Project Leroy's. Man, I'm telling you, some true day ones out there. We appreciate it. Yeah, definitely some growth.
Yeah. Or even before we even started, like you said, we was dropping videos before we ever live streamed. So it's just the whole time just been building, and eventually, being humbled, got the channel demonetized over at Cart Before the Horse early on, and got things back on track.
There we go. True Cart Before the Horse fashion. So it's Cart Before the Horse for a reason. It's very much fitting. If only y'all knew.
Man.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
So we appreciate you, Brother Ryan. And shout out to Black Light with the 20 ball. Says peace to the host, peace to the chat. Thank you, Ryan Page.
Appreciate you, Brother Black Light.
Man.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
Appreciate that, brother. And Be Wise says Surge was funny. Yeah. I've seen Surge somewhere on social media recently. He was rapping or something. He's still, doing his thing.
He always on Facebook. I'm always following Surge. I talked to him, tried to get him to come back up during like a panel, and folks busy. Shout out to Surge. Surge out there busy taking care of his daughter. Shout out to, Surge, that was pretty enlightening. Folks thought Surge was like a real nug. Nope. Surge just had his first kid. He a dad. That's all he do, just be a dad. But he looked like a ninja.
There you go. And Mr. 40 says, Mr. X, cussing ninjas out, cussing more than me. Yeah, like say, enjoy them old videos. We're probably gonna make a lot of that stuff members only here soon. So y'all better enjoy it while you can. The old nostalgic stuff, maybe on the anniversary, we're gonna make some of that stuff because that ain't for everybody.
There you go. Yeah, listen, we did growth, 100% growth. We was cussing like sailors. I never forget, like you said, it was humbling. I remember my mother-in-law, she had seen that. She said, hey, I seen your show. And she's like, it's nice, but you guys cursed. You guys cursed too much. And in ignorant fashion, my initial response was, that's me. I'm going to curse. Shit, I'm allowed to curse. And then somebody, I don't know who it was. I wish I could remember. Somebody, see, that's me. You got to challenge me. You can, I'm a bit hard-headed rebel, but if you challenge me, I'm probably going to accept that. And somebody said, the fact that you curse so much means you're not articulate yourself. I'm going to process that different. That's a challenge, and I got to accept it. So we stop cursing.
Here we go.
So
here we are. So if you have not yet, make sure you guys are hitting the like button. All right, we ain't going to waste much more time. I know why y'all here. Like I said, the guy on the thumbnail, we're going to make our way there. But y'all know we got to set the stage.
Oh, yeah. He ain't the only tether out here going against FBA progress. There's a lot of them out here, and we calling them out. Shout out to our freedom fight sister, Ebony Dean.
Man.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
So here we are. With that being said, we're going to start here with these folks over here. It says, Black woman furious as war between Haitian, Jamaicans, and FBA's continue. Says the war between identities.
Ain't no war, man. Stop. Hey, what a war? See this? Let's see what they got to say. A war. What we talking about?
I just want Black Americans to understand that we're not a different people. We are the same group of people. I see all the time online, people are constantly reminding me that I'm Haitian. Absolutely. I got Haiti tatted on my neck. I love that I'm Haitian, but I also want to remind you that I'm no different from you. They're doing the same thing to you that they're doing to me. We are no different. In the moment that we start acting as if there's a separation between us, that's where you let the perpetrators do exactly what they came here to do, destruct and divide us.
Well, the mere fact you calling yourself Haitian would be what you are saying. So I'm saying I don't process this stuff. You can sit here and say I'm Haitian, but you got a problem with what we identify as. We don't have an issue with you. You see, like just the term FBA is triggering for whatever reason, but you can clearly identify as a Haitian. You're not saying you're African or some African Haitian, none of that.
What is it? They calling it a war of identities. What FBA folks folks who ancestors lived through chattel slavery, what have we done? What I don't know, what heartstring have we tugged at to get folks up and upward? What's wrong with this? Hey, we FBA. And they just like, no, you're not. We all together. But on too many other subjects, we ain't all together. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem. But when it come down for because what revolves around this FBA title, this lineage, what revolves around it? Trillions of dollars. So if you ask me, that's the only reason why folks even want to be associated or even included with us, because they're like, it's trillions of dollars attached to these ninjas. Don't exclude us now.
And it also is going to show how great we are. It's going to show the difference. Like, oh, they really built this whole country. Okay, it's going to start take away all the excuses. Like, oh, y'all dumb, can't do this, can't do that. No, they're going to, but y'all built this. Meanwhile, they can't even do what we've done hundreds of years ago and they got their own countries. So respectfully, there is no war. I would just say that. Just respect what we identify as we do y'all.
That's it. Shout out to Haiti. Yeah, Haiti, man. Haiti has been under prosecution from America forever. God bless Haiti. It's got its own problems, but we not Haitian. Salute to my Haitian brother Mo Baptiste, but I'm not Haitian. And take pride in your Haitian heritage, as we shall take pride in our FBA heritage. Sweet Jesus.
So that they can conquer us again.
I hear Haitians, Jamaicans, everyone else is against the Black American, like they had no part. But I'm like, we're all Black. So if it happens to one, it's happening to us because it's going to go around.
And I personally encounter people who do not want to associate themselves with Black Americans.
Absolutely.
They make
Me too.
a big point to say.
I've had that situation right here at the table.
Oh,
go ahead. Really? Yes.
That I'm Haitian. You know, so I've seen it personally to that. So I just think that when we say, you know, that we are of one people, that there are people that do not believe that, though. They really feel, especially with a lot of the Jamaicans, because they'll make a clear point sometimes.
But that's what I want to speak to, too. Do not let one individual situation speak for the betterment of the group, because I had it. If I speak to my individual experiences, a lot of Black Americans, they are my demise. They curse me out. They pick on me ever since I was little. Black Americans have done that to me. But I never, in the history of growing up, thought, you're still my enemy. And this is what we talked about last time. I said, I know who my clear...
Stop. Y'all are not special victims. Wyclef said the same thing on that show with Godfrey. You know, he's Haitian, about how he got picked on in school by, you know, Black kids, you know, with Haitian jokes. But I'm like, y'all are not special snowflakes. Everybody got picked on for different reasons. That was just maybe the reason you got picked on, whatever. It wasn't that deep, especially coming from children. When kids are picking on and insulting, they ain't thinking on that deep of a level, like trying to suppress you or, you know, none of that. It's just a joke. These are children. They're cruel at times, but everybody catches it.
So what is it? Is it a measurement of pain? I got to get to the root of the argument. What are we measuring? Oh, I got picked on by FBA kids when I was. So what? Are you saying that since you feel as if you were wronged as a child by other children, that you should be included, or we need to stop? What is the root of the argument besides, hey, I got some shared pain? I told y'all.
They're trying to say that we don't like them and we've never liked them, but they don't have an issue with us.
We don't have a reason not to like. For what? For that's not true at all. Never. Why would you not like Asian person just for no reason? For what?
Enemy is, regardless if we have battles that we're dealing with, you know, interpersonally, right, between one another, I still vehemently understand who the true enemy is and who the person who wants us to continue to have this divisiveness in between one another. So again, I'm no different than you, and I hope that you guys don't allow the individual experiences that you have to deter you from what is really the bigger picture here, and it's that we're one people.
Yeah, we're all Black.
That's right.
Black, period. We all signed Black on that application.
We're all Black, and we just have different lived experiences based on cultural values. But other than that, in this specific country where we are a minority, we are all Black.
And in those cases, we've had those same experiences. It's happened right here. We have whole histories that apparently, trying to be covered up and wiped out. Yeah, the history right here.
But that's what I'm saying. We do, even Black Americans. Did you guys know that we also helped the Civil War? That was here. Did you know that before today? Why would they tell you that, right? You see what I'm saying? If we knew our history, the very thing that they don't want you to know is they don't want you to read. They don't want you to know the.
Who is we? You ain't both. You ain't a dual citizen. You ain't Haitian and FBA. Y'all need to stop. You'll say, don't they know that we fought in the Civil War? Or was she talking about Haitians or FBA? I know we did. We fought in every war. Black men and women, for the most part, have fought in every war, from the Civil War, World War I, II, the Spanish, Indian War, all that good stuff. Even now to today, there ain't been one we ain't fought in.
There you go. Shout out to the Tuskegee Airmen. I do believe they have the most decorated platoon company in military history. Yeah, that's a fact. But as far as the Haitians, see, and there's a thing. If this was true, they would name it like the American Haitian War. You see what I'm saying? We got Mexican war streets here in Pittsburgh. So, okay, I ain't even Google, but if the Haitians did, then it would have a whole different title. Again, what is the danger? Somebody got to point out the danger in the delineation. I don't want to hear nothing else but the danger. They're saying that it's divisive and that somebody's going to come in between us. Mother sucker, I don't see how it could get any worse. I really don't. Seriously.
Yeah, I don't know. So she said the Haitians was fighting in the Civil War. Let me take it back. Make sure we heard her right.
History right here.
But that's what I'm saying. We do, even Black Americans. Did you guys know that we also helped the Civil War? That was here. Did you know that before today? Why would they tell you that, right? You see what I'm saying? If we knew our history, the very thing that they don't want you to know is they don't want you to read. They don't want you to know the history. They don't want you to know that Black Haitian Americans were the reason why we had artifacts and why we had money to be able to fund the Civil War, and they helped us gain our independence from the very people here.
In the U.S. independence, Haitians were sent to this country to
help
fight in gaining independence because they were fighting the same colonizer, French and the Spaniards.
Okay. So I see Mr. Walker getting his Googles on. What you got?
So, okay. So no, Haitians did not fight as an organized military force in the American Civil War in 1861 to 1865. However, free Haitians and soldiers from Saint Dominique did fight decades earlier in the American Revolutionary War, such as the 1779 siege of Savannah. So, okay, so I guess that's what she's referencing. There you go. But okay, there's a little bit of history for you. So they fought in 1779, some free Haitians and soldiers.
Okay, and I see Project Leroy. Money. With the 10 ball says Haitians did not help us fight in any wars except the diaspora wars they lied to us about. He says Haitians fought with the French and they lost to the Confederates a year before the Civil War in Savannah, Georgia.
There it is in Savannah. The siege on Savannah. Was it successful? It's not saying, but there you go. Okay.
So he's saying they lost that.
And it ain't saying they won. So, but it just said in Google's just saying they fought. Okay.
So, like I said, don't know, their intentions, obviously.
So I guess they're trying to say we were fighting the same oppressor. So we're fighting the same oppressor. So we are all in this together. We may have the same fight, but we ain't the same. See, again, we all the same until we ain't.
That's what I said. I just said, what was their intentions? Was they trying to overthrow the Confederates just to replace them and take power? We don't know. Like you said, we don't know. We was the ones here suffering. Like I said, y'all got your own struggle, granted, but y'all was coming in, don't know what your intentions was.
Now, shout out to Haiti. Haiti defeated the French. I just shared this video with my brother Mo. They did their thing. Haiti, I think, was the first place, where Black people live free. It's made history. and America continued to punish them for it, continue to make them pay out that debt. I think they was paying until like 1949 or so. It's wild they was still paying on that debt. Shout out to Sister Rachel. But the delineation is not a threat. It's not.
The only thing is she trying to make it seem like the Haitians came here and freed us. We're not going to even let that narrative like stop. Like, we the reason y'all free. We came here and did this, and that, and we helped win the war. It's like, what?
Again, find me some danger in this delineation. Okay, salute to history. Let's say y'all did what y'all did. We ain't gonna say what y'all was gonna do, and no, what we're gonna say what happened. Okay, we still here today. We still here today trying to find our reparations. The delineation is to help aid us get our reparations. Don't stand in the way. God dang it.
Man. And shout out to Rachel. Says, congrats on the 1 year, Dr. Walker, Mass Mechanic. Gav, he says, so do I have to wait a year for you both to read my emails and respond?
Rachel, we just start. I got excuse you when there's some excuses, Rachel. We're gonna look at it's a lot of emails, man. Yeah.
We got you, sister. And shout out to Frederick Howard, been a member 27 months. Says her thoughts ain't my thoughts.
Shout out to brother Frederick Howard.
And he also gifted a membership.
Appreciate you, brother.
And shout out to Kratos, been a member 7 months. Says we were forced into slavery. We are still fighting.
Till this day.
So, man, and brother Postman come through with the jewels.
Appreciate you, Postman.
And shout out to Project Leroy. Haiti gave the French reparations in 1805.
Yeah, they still paying them. 1805, shoot, they was paying well into the 1900s, I'm telling. I think like 1940s.
So here we are. I'm gonna let them keep going.
And it's a thing, like, salute to them, and they struggle. But I can't sit up here and be like, oh, I'm Haitian and trying to associate with that. You see what I'm saying? We didn't live that. Our ancestors did not live that. I understand they saw it was just a boat stop. That boat stop, if it even took place, was significant. And that's all right, man.
Man. And shout out to our brother TJ at Through the Fire. Come through the fireball, says team reparation.
Shout out to brother TJ. I done thought you up, brother. I was thinking about you. How you been, man? Good to see you.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
Man, this is crazy.
Here in the U.S. independence, Haitians were sent to this country to
help
fight in gaining independence because they were fighting the same colonizer, French and the Spaniards.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't like this girl. I have blocked her on every platform, but y'all keep recording her videos. I don't know why y'all keep responding to this girl. She didn't piss me off already enough. What do you mean allow the perpetrators to do what they came here to do? As if you are from here when you just said that you're Haitian. You are speaking as if this is your land. That's why we don't fuck with y'all. Y'all are disrespectful. I'ma say it like this. Y'all come to our land and y'all try to claim it as if it is yours because you're technically a part of the group based off of certain standards that we don't live by. We choose not to live by because y'all are disrespectful. Y'all don't accept us as a group. Y'all literally say that we don't know where we're from. We don't know our culture. We don't know our bloodline, but y'all can't even be in y'all own country disrespectfully. Every time y'all mention us, y'all are trying to force us to live in alignment with y'all based off of y'all standards, and that's not the way that we want to live. Y'all behave as if we cannot have our own individuality, that we literally come from America. This is our fucking land. We are the true Americans. We don't want to go there. I find it so weird. I find it so weird how Haitian, Nigerians, everybody else can have their own individuality, but once black people from America speak up, oh my, no, y'all are slaves. No, you can't tell us who the fuck we are. We know who we are.
Huh.
Yeah! Boom,
Shout out to this sister. All right, we've been covering some of her videos lately. She be talking about a little bit of everything. I don't know if the bonnet just satire, because she be trying to cook sometimes. And maybe we'll bring her on the show. We're going to start bringing some of these characters to life.
Shout out to this sister, man. This the unhinged sister right here. See what I'm saying? She an unhinged, bonded, wearing ally. It's listen, you got to take your friends, your allies where they come from. What are they saying? Shout out to this sister, this Haitian sister. The enemy of my enemy is my ally. There we go. She ran for FBA. She willing to talk down on ignorance, even displaying a little bit of ignorance and unhingedness herself. So be it. There's even a place for the Joker out here.
Well, this sister here, I believe she's FBA.
Oh, yeah. Y'all talking about the sister behind her. Yeah, the Haitian sister behind her. Yeah, but yeah, salute to the sister. Or wow, she wild. She wanted a homie. She definitely a tomboy. This is the type of woman, you don't mind being around your man, because,
We live it every fucking day. That is why we have you are not from here. You're a tether. You're an immigrant. Disrespectfully. I don't give a fuck how nobody feel about it. It is so disrespectful. Just because your mama and your daddy came over here at a certain point and then they gave birth to you does not give you membership or ownership of this whole existence. That is why we separate ourselves, because y'all do not respect our space and who we are in America. We don't go to nobody else's country trying to overpower, trying to overthrow, trying to disrespect. We stay in our country minding our own fucking business. We go, we travel, and we come home. Everybody want to come to America and try to dictate some shit to Black Americans. Tasha K comparing us to the KKK the other day because people got something to say about her African husband. When have Black people ever hung somebody? Baby, when has Black people ever drugged somebody from the bed of the fucking truck? How dare you? Y'all are disrespectful. You're Haitian. Stop speaking on us. You're not equal to us. It's pissing me off. I don't care how nobody feel about it.
Yeah! Shout out to our bonnet wearing ally sister. She a little unhinged, all right, but that's fine. We can work with her, all right. She can take some instruction, we would imagine. We're gonna try to get this woman up here because she be dropping some gems. We're gonna see.
Yeah, shout out to Sister Ebony Dean, talking about the delineation. Hopefully folks can see this is not an attack. It's not hostility. Yes, some of those things, I would imagine, some of those insults do hurt because there's some truth there. She spoke on Haitian saying, oh, you guys don't even know your identity. We have been desperately searching for it. The effects of chattel slavery, the effects of the buck breaking. Yes, indeed. We are indeed a lost tribe. What you know about it? Do you see that? It's, again, the delineation is not an attack. Yes, we are searching for our identity, and we found it. Is that okay now? Is that okay with y'all?
So I would say at this point, we're going to put this sister in the sub back to Haiti and keep it moving.
God bless Haiti.
The passengers of the doomed Titanic sub spent their last moments in total darkness looking for bioluminescent creatures out of the small window and listening to their favorite music. The new details of the 5 passengers' final moments have been revealed by the wife and mum of the father-son duo.
Wade in the water, diamond wade in the water. Something's gonna trouble the water. You better wade in the water. Yeah, man.
I'm starting to see more and more. I'm connecting dots. Please excuse my delayed crack baby brain, but we got all of these more softer individuals coming up here with some kind of hatred towards FBA, whether it's those sisters we just had on display, or what's a roly poly or somebody. Is the problem FBA kind of by design is not gynocratic? Could it be some kind of issue there? As you standing on a square. I don't know, but I'm gonna keep collecting this data.
There you go. And shout out to Postman. He says, salute to you brothers and the mission.
Shout out to brother Postman over at Mailbox Sports. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe for all your sports updates. Shout out to Postman and the Bears.
Yeah! Appreciate you, brother. And shout out to the good brother, Energy Don't Die, come through gifting 5 memberships.
Now that's a day one since day one. Shout out to you, brother. Ain't see you in a month of Sundays. Good to see you.
And he also come back and read up his channel membership.
Appreciate you, brother. Good to see you, man.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
Appreciate you, brother. So like Mr. Walker was just hitting on, you know, some of the folks, all skin folk ain't kinfolk, is people from right here. Like y'all was saying, oh, roly poly.
I spoke him up. Hey, roly poly. He got that face. You know, it got to be impossible to be mad at him. He looked like a little creature.
Yeah, look extraterrestrial. Yeah.
He do like a little chunky little munchkin alien.
Yeah, this nigga, there we go. There we go.
Roland Martin has had a rough ass August, especially with a lot of the booty clapping allegations going on out there. But he isn't the only person in the Democratic Party that's had trouble. I mean, Andrew Gillum has went to jail, I believe, like twice in the last 3 weeks for drug possession, and he was almost the governor of Florida. But nobody has a lot of animosity for Andrew Gillum because largely he keeps his mouth shut when it comes to the Black American issues, unlike our guy, Roland Martin. And I'm going to always say that somebody like Roland Martin, it's not uncommon to have sexual scandals as a high-profile commentator. We've seen it with Reverend Al Sharpton in the feds. We've seen it with Jesse Jackson having a kid out of wedlock. We've seen it with Cornel West when he got one of his students pregnant at Harvard University. So it's not uncommon to see Black people with a high status have issues. The problem is...
Yeah, that was a lot. So Cornell sleeping with the students. Jesse Jackson had a kid outside of wedlock. All right, who else you say? This ninja here? Who knows? This just might be a... who knows? Let him be.
Rest in peace. Listen here.
No, he's still alive, ain't he?
Jesse, somebody just passed away. I don't put him in the grave.
Jesse still, I'm sorry, Jesse passed away, but Al Sharpton is still alive.
Al, I don't know the difference. That's Al.
This Jesse. So Jesse was with Martin Luther King. When Martin Luther King got assassinated, Jesse was right there on the balcony.
Okay.
But Al Sharpton used to be blowed out. He used to be like 300 pounds.
That's it. Okay, there we go. Never the list. Oh, Colonel, come on, man. Listen here. I get it. He the only one that gets a pass. This OG out there on that college campus. I was in college. Seeing these college girls, they grown and they juiced up. Shout out to our track coach. Our track coach, he used to coach the girls, and he would tell her he's a good dude. He's like, y'all better stop. He's like, I hit it. You better leave me alone. And little OG, he hit it. Hey, it happens. They should leave him alone. He's just trying to teach.
Students pregnant at Harvard University. So it's not uncommon to see Black people with a high status have issues. The problem is when you have these issues and then you're still causing beefs. And that's the issue with Roland Martin. Now, when I was doing some research for another video, I actually came across his David Oyelowo Black Southern accent comment, right? Which happened a few months ago. But I noticed that in a part of the video, Roland Martin tried to defend Black immigrants in the worst way to counteract the arguments of #FBA. In this episode, he was talking about the Black American versus Black British actors, and then Black Americans were complaining about how Black British actors were taking their roles. And Roland Martin came out and tried to make some comparisons that, well, really didn't make sense.
I listen to people who say they them Black Brits taking our job. I wonder what these Negroes today saying that would have said to Shirley Chisholm's face when she became the first Black woman ever elected to Congress.
And then he would say this.
I wonder what these Simple Simons would say to Sidney Poitier from the Bahamas.
And then this.
I wonder what they would say to freedom fighter Harry Belafonte, Jamaica.
And this.
Would say to Stokely Carmichael, also known as Kwame Ture. Where are his folks from? If I'm correct, Barbados.
And he would also add this.
We can find a whole line of Black people who were fighting for freedom who were not born here.
Now, I wanted to add all of that at the same time because he talks about several people have been very important, or at least had some level of importance, to black civil rights and the black struggle. One of those people was Shirley Chisholm. Harry Belafonte used to give a lot of money to black issues, not only to black American issues. When Nelson Mandela came to America in June of 1990, Harry Belafonte once again gave the ANC money. So Harry Belafonte was known as being a very generous man supporting black issues. There's nothing but good things to say about Sidney Poitier, who also did the same thing, and Stokely Carmichael. And yes, there are plenty of black immigrants who were on the side with the black struggle. And
that is true. But as far as Roland Martin go, man,
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. Your thoughts ain't my thoughts.
Here's the thing. People like Roland is causing a division because we don't have an issue with anybody. That's your problem. Yeah, anybody that's down for the cause, we respect them and they can ride with us. It's not the fact that you ain't from here that we just instantly against you and will label you. Granted, maybe there are some goofballs on the internet that hijack the movement, kind of like the people that Tasha K talking about. We cannot speak for every one of the 50 million FBA people, but as a whole, we don't operate like that. So that just ain't the count. I don't know what's his point.
There you go. I'm trying to look some stuff up here. Because just because folks helped in the fight does not mean they are now, part of your group. There was a group that helped the Haitians fight. I don't know if it was the Swedish or the Swiss. It was somebody. They were sent over there to further oppress the Haitians, but they saw the Haitians were enduring the same wrongs that they were, and they started fighting with the Haitians, and they was white as driven snow. So are they now Haitian? And just because someone helped us fight in our struggle don't mean you FBA. In order to be FBA, you must be able to trace your direct ancestry back to black people who were enslaved in the United States. We talked about this.
I was going to say, I think it's bigger than them trying to be FBA. I think they're trying to hijack our movement. Like we are the reason y'all are free. Even that last woman, the Haitians came here and freed y'all. This ninja naming all these people saying, look, these is the reason y'all are free. But it's like we don't have an issue with any. Well, we celebrate if the Haitians came here to fight and was here to help. Same thing with the folks back in the day, Sidney Poitier, Stokely Carr. You keep naming these people. Who has disrespected them?
Thank you. Help us get our reparations and come on to our neighborhoods. We're going to open up a little Haitian restaurant. It's all love, but we ain't got nothing. I don't know why folks don't realize that. Salute to any other group, FBAs, the descendants of slaves. We ain't got a daggone thing. Y'all know that. Look at JP. Now, I'm going to start bringing him up here just to show y'all how bad we is. Because, we all J Prince. To some degree, a lot of asterisks on that statement, but y'all know what I mean.
Taking our job. Carmichael
had some level of importance to but good things to say about Sidney Poitier, who also did the same thing, and Stokely Carmichael. And yes, there are plenty of black immigrants who were on the side with the black struggle and marched and fought along, especially those from the Caribbean community. But nobody is arguing that, all right? Let me give you an example, Roland Martin. In Chicago, there is a man from Caribbean heritage that is one of the leaders of one of the most prominent black organizations, historic religious organizations, and that is Louis Farrakhan. You have never heard Tariq Nasheed talk ill of Louis Farrakhan. You have never really heard me or anybody else talk ill of Louis Farrakhan because Louis Farrakhan has proven himself as a brother in the city of Chicago and the Nation of Islam. Nobody's perfect, but Louis Farrakhan is one of us, okay? He's not Caribbean to the black community. If you prove yourself, just like I gotta prove myself in Africa, people will accept you. The argument that I see coming from foundational black Americans are those people who do not support and yet get everything. The people who benefit but try to tear down the community at the same time. They pretend to be in solidarity, but they act insular, like the Somalis do in Minnesota, the Eritreans, the Ethiopians. You know, a lot of people who have their own groups and they exclude black Americans from them groups. We know as good brothers from the Haitian community and the Jamaican community that, you know, they got their own thing going, but they lock in step with us too, right? And just like me, you know, I'm living in Uganda, but I'm a lock in step with the people here in Uganda. You know, I'll never be a Ugandan, but I can be accepted to a certain degree because of what I try to do. Now, we're talking about people who don't do anything and yet expect everything. That's the who foundation of black Americans.
And that's part of it too, Mr. Walker, is the whole tethering. So the tethering is to attach. So that's part of it as well, is they want to attach themselves to FBA, kind of like what you were saying, you was on to something. They want to attach themselves to it. So when it is time for reparations, they want to check. We are FBAs too. We have tethered ourselves to y'all. We are y'all. We are the same. Y'all ain't, y'all black. You know, that's why they want to water it down and tether themselves to say we are a part of it as well.
Sorry, not sorry. It can't work that way. Is that the attack? The attack is saying y'all don't get none of this money. That right now, that is the truth I'm staying on. The folks that don't agree with the FBA lineage and got a problem with it, they saying it's an attack because they see themselves no longer getting a cut. Done and done until they come up with another reason. Because us letting the world know we now know who we are, we understand our lineage. Now it's time to cut our check. You see, and I believe that muddying these waters continues to prolong the process. Everybody now talking about their FBA, and then they find out you Haitian or you from Ghana, and then they start saying, we got to do this process over again. It is kind of fuzzy here. Again, we at the bottom of the totem pole, so I can see why folks don't really care about our best interest.
Talking about, and the problem that I don't like about Roland Martin, he's smart enough to understand that that's what they're talking about. Nobody is here disrespecting Caribbeans or anybody else who's known in the community and support black issues. You know, you give into HBCUs, you donating money, your wife is black American, things like that. Nobody's gonna say anything to you because you know, right? You're putting in the work. Nobody will bother you. You will get respect. What about the people who benefit and don't give anything? That's the criticism. And then when you bring that up, they want to go ahead and shift the narrative and start bringing up the elders who put in the work with us. We're not talking about Shirley Chisholm. We know about Sidney Poitier. We know about Stokely Carmichael. Okay. You know, we know about people like that. We know about Harry Belafonte. That's not the argument. The argument is for those people who pretend to like us and then tear us down or show no support. I'm gonna tell you exactly what you mean. The people who always so close to say, oh yeah, we lock in step. It's all black love. It's black unity. You never see these people supporting. You never see them people giving money. They only want what they can get from you. They're users, okay? And they only show up when it benefits them. That's the issue. And he knows it's the issue. The people who don't come and do anything in the black community and support, but when ICE come looking for their ass, here they come talking about why you don't support, stop being divisive. That's what they're talking about. And you're trying to be slick and trying to compare the argument from what black Americans are talking about, and you're trying to equate that all.
Look at this ninja.
Hell!
And y'all see the way he be coming up on screen dancing. I mean, my God. And y'all heard the video Tasha K described with that woman and her 3 or 4 fingers and where they may have not been. We don't know. They were somewhere. This dude is wild. Look in his eyes. Y'all trust this ninja?
Absolutely not. Especially not after what Tasha K was saying. Absolutely not. It's just comical. I can't take him seriously at all. Nothing he says has any weight. I can't be the only one that feels that way. Like, we see what I'm saying? We know what you do in your spare time. We know that you allegedly walk into these hotel rooms and you leave your manhood at the door.
This is wicked. And shout out to BY. Every time I see Rolly, I hear, I love to sing about a moon. I love to sing to the moon and the June. And all right, what we got here? What you got?
I love to sing about a moon and a June and a springer. I like to sing. It's a little chunky owl.
Okay, I ain't want to butcher it, so there we go.
He do. He look like a little, like a what is it? The Gremlins? Gizmo. Oh, Gizmo.
Y'all out of pocket. Good one.
These people in the States right now is like Stokely Carmichael. These people are like Shirley Chisholm. And that's not true. And this is why it's very difficult sometimes. And I don't really want to get political, but when you listen to some of the black Democrats, it's just hard to respect what they're trying to do and what they're saying. Because largely it's just so disingenuous. Why is it so disingenuous? All the time? Like, you don't ever want to listen to any of the claims? And this is what I try to do. Like, when I'm having conversations with people in the diaspora, I know that I have to concede certain points of certain things if I'm wrong. I'm willing to do that because I'm trying to grow. The problem with a lot of people on the left is that they just sit there and be in their bigotry, not willing to do anything to say, hey, you know what? The points you guys are making, their concerns need to be met. You know, if we're gonna all work together in one black world, people gotta be happy, people gotta benefit. No, let's act like that don't even exist and then make it everybody else's fault they don't exist. And then you wonder why there's so much turmoil in the diaspora. The diaspora got claims against black Americans that could largely be true. And I think that if we wanna work with them, we should accept that. For example, living here in Uganda, there are certain things you don't do. You might not look a person straight in the eye. You might not shake somebody's hand with your left hand. There are certain things you wanna do when you get married. You might not wanna do it, but if you're gonna be there, you have to do it. For example, I was at a wedding recently here in Uganda. I just came back from Kenya. And when you're getting married in the Central, it is customary that you must carry into the wedding ceremony or the introduction ceremony, you must carry in the king of Buganda Kingdom and his wife. I don't care where you're from, okay? And it was a Nigerian Ugandan style wedding. So it was real interesting. So one of the ladies that was from the Nigerian side, and I was with their cohort, she had to carry the picture of the king of Buganda. And then the young man, he had to carry the wife. Might seem like something you don't want to do in America, don't make sense. But that's customary. The guy getting married had to pay a bride price, a big ass bride price. Okay. And when he was paying the bride price, he had to carry a whole bunch of stuff to like an altar they had made. It was a bunch of stuff. They wanted rice. They wanted waters. They wanted juices. They wanted a whole bunch of stuff. And you know what? You got to do it if you want to stay there. And guess what? He did it, right? It's making people happy. So what Roland Martin is saying, he don't care about black Americans being happy and they should accept their lot, whatever somebody wants to give them. And no, that's not what's gonna happen, bro. People gotta see benefit to be in these relationships. And that's exactly why when Roland Martin is falling down right now, and he ain't gonna answer to those booty clapping charges, this is why. Being a bigot and arguing in completely bad faith. Terrible.
And there we are. The show Roly Poly. Like I said, this is all fine and dandy. It's cool. It's an awesome culture. But like I said, at the end of the day, we are not African. In that sense, this is not our culture. This is their culture, and it should be respected. But you can't, project this onto all black folks.
And that is all that is it. Even when it comes to different spirituality, like it is what it is. There is a delineation with dang near everything, and it's needed. It's not an attack. It's beautiful, man. It's all right. Again, until somebody that has a disagreement about it says otherwise, this ain't got nothing to do with, you're separating us and the enemy's going to come in. This ain't got nothing to do with, divided we fall. No, Munyan. The economy is wonky right now. Everybody trying to get up on this bread.
Exactly. So, and shout out to Sister Nice. There's greetings, brother. Ebony Dean, Truth Over Lies chat. Good to see y'all.
Appreciate you. Welcome on in, troublemaker.
Appreciate you. And in this moment, folks like Roly Poly, he's an agent out here, like many others. And that's why we're going to put him in the pit.
Yeah, the pit for agents.
Madness. Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to Project Leroy. Project Leroy don't like nobody. I didn't know Colonel West was a bad person, man. Thought he was cool. He was on the Colonel West. He was on the Raheem Devon Love and War album. He cool, right? He hip.
Money. And shout out to Ashley Foot with the 10 ball. Says yes. In Lagos, when we're marrying, it is legal. I'm sorry, it is law that the groom carries a call center phone with one picture on it into the ceremony and take Lagos pledge to scam for life.
That is wow. You got to carry a picture. The bride got to carry a picture of the king or president, whatever, and the husband got to carry the picture of the wife of this king. Or I don't know, but salute to y'all. See what I'm saying? That's no connection with me, but that's awesome for y'all. Enjoy.
There you go. Shout out to you, Ashy. So nonetheless, y'all see the guy on the thumbnail. We making our way there. We talking not all skin folk are kinfolk. This ninja, public enemy number one, Officer Tantrum.
I would sign up to do a little boxing with this character. Yeah, he bring out the ignorant side of me because I feel like I'd have seen him before.
Man, what if we can raise money to do Mr. Walker versus Officer Tantrum and whatever he want to do, whether it's MMA, if he want a street brawl, whatever.
Gotta be MMA, yeah. I gotta be used my hands and foots. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I ain't too good with the boxing, but MMA for sure. He would turn it down. Come on, Officer Tate. Yo, biatch.
There we go. So the offer's on the table. All right, maybe, yeah, we can stream it. It'll be a whole deal.
I've been stressing that. I've been asking for that for years. When everybody was up here beefing, all that beef was going on, I was like, yeah, let's squabble. Get some bread. There's somebody in our hood, some tough guy. And I remember I went to him, man, this hurt my heart. I said, listen, I said, everybody think we tough. I said, we should fight. I said, let's get money going. This one people doing backyard brawls. And I said, folks would pay a pretty penny to see us two fight. And he's like, no, I ain't doing that. Man, I lost all hope in folks after that. God dang it.
Listen, I'll say this right now. The fight club culture is back. Like street fighting and under, like gladiator style dudes is bare knuckle brawling. Then they got all kind of different like little fight leagues where people just meeting up. Then they got the one brother going around. I don't know if y'all seen him. He going viral. All he do is go around fighting people. Black dude. And everybody want to challenge him for some reason. He just be knocking ninjas out. Bop, bop, bop. And then next thing you know, he just be out there training somewhere and somebody will walk up. You ain't that tough. You ain't. He like, put the gloves on. Then put them on. Bop. Next thing you know, they sleep. I'll be like, this is wild.
Shout out to Kimbo Slice. Kimbo Slice was the first mother sucker you pay bread. He gonna show up to your backyard wherever you say and put paws all up on you. I ain't trying to go to that extreme. I ain't doing no bare knuckle boxing. I can't be all bashed up. But yeah, some good old lightweight, was it like 16-ounce gloves or whatever? Like the little gloves. Yeah, let's do it for sure. But yeah, that bare knuckle boxing and that CTE slapping league, that's some Squid Game stuff, man.
They got the one thing now where they put both of y'all in the front seat of a car with the seatbelt on. And I think I sent you one. And then you in the front seat of the car, seatbelt on. And on this command, you got to unseatbelt yourself or not. Y'all fighting. So it's the fight, and these guys is getting up. And I seen this one, it was a black dude and a white dude, and they blew the whistle. And that black dude jumped up so quick, and the white dude trying to get up out the seatbelt. That black dude grabbed the seatbelt, wrapped it around his neck. Sleep. I said, what the hell is this? He's the first man to get out the car and get out your seatbelt and get somebody unconscious. I don't know. But it's crazy out here.
What is it? You test somebody's ability to survive or display violence? See, what's here we go.
Is that what it's called? Car jujitsu? We here now.
Yeah, ain't no going back.
Y'all don't know. Mr. Walker 15, 20 years ago will be very intrigued by all of this.
I don't get it. I done done some stupid stuff. Oh my goodness. I think my last MMA fight, I drove back home. Like I thought I was in like a movie, like a damn Desperado. My first fight, I drove to Ohio, this place called like Lynchburg or something. By myself. No cut, man. I was crazy. I think I was going through like a pre-midlife crisis or something in my 20s. And I ended up fighting this Marine. And it was Memorial Day. It was wild. Y'all don't get it. I'm by myself. And I go to the ring, and this big old Marine over there, and I jumped on him. So I ended up beating him up. And it was awesome. And his buddies was over in this corner. They was giving him heck. They was like, you effing loser. You got beat by this guy. They wanted to call me the N-word so bad. But they knew they was going to get these balls. But nevertheless, I used to be with the ignorance, but I'm older. My joints the way they used to be. I got a couple tussles in me, but this ninja he could definitely get it. I'll tell you that.
There we go. That's the net of all what we just talked about is the offers on the table.
Yes.
So here we go. Hit the like button.
How does young men who we don't really have any evidence that committed a crime, how do they get painted as criminals? How do they get painted as being responsible for the death of a person that was considered their friend?
By putting you on the case. For real, that's like someone accused of SA and then turning Republican. It's pretty much an admission of guilt. For real, why are you even on the case? You're not a cop anymore, Anthony Anderson, who would never be in Blackish. You asked, how do they get painted as criminals? How do you paint them innocent? All you are doing is defending those kids. You're interviewing them. You're pretty much their spokesperson. And just like with Sonia Massey, George Floyd, and everyone else, you're lying about this case. You said those kids took polygraph tests. Now you were checked and proven wrong by Nancy Grace. But here's her interviewing the kid's lawyer.
Have your clients taken polygraphs?
Nancy, my clients have not taken a polygraph test.
Now this guy here is a boy's lawyer. His name is Tyler Cox. Of course it's Tyler Cox. Now what does this lawyer want you to see? Advertisement for his business called Cox and a bottle. The only two things he's advertising, his business and another business. Now, if you zoom in, you'll clearly see it's a bottle of Verdict bourbon. And he's been doing interviews all over, and he always has that bottle of bourbon behind him. Now, here's Brandon Tatum's podcast. What do you see? I see Verdict bourbon, right? Verdict bourbon is owned by Brandon Tatum. What a coincidence! So you don't think it's a conflict of interest?
So Brandon Tatum owns the Verdict bourbon, not a sponsor. Don't buy it. All right. And as y'all can see, they all advertising it. Even the boys' lawyers, they all in bed. So this is wicked.
You know what? Me and my father-in-law, we like a nice bourbon. I wouldn't pick that up if they paid me to drink it. Like, here we go. Back to that. Excuse me, man. Goodness gracious. Back to brothers disassociating with who we truly are. Like, this is deep now. Like, why would you're supposed to be a black man. Why would you name your beverage Verdict? Ain't been too many verdicts in our favor. Like, you see, like, it's just kind of, it's coonish Verdict. You know, might as well be, Johnny Law. These things ain't good for our people. They ain't never been for us. But you gonna name your liquor Verdict. Might as well name it Sambo, bootlicker.
I see Verdict bourbon, right? Verdict bourbon is owned by Brandon Tatum. What a coincidence! So you don't think it's a conflict of interest for someone to market your product who's also the lawyer of the white boys that you are protecting and painting innocent? Now I'm positive Brandon Tatum's gonna have a weak ass excuse. Yeah, when I met him, I gave him a bottle because Verdict, he's a lawyer, Verdict, But if the lawyer had any brains at all, he would see how this would look. By the way, you're defending those kids, Brandon. I wouldn't be surprised if they were drinking Verdict bourbon on the boat. Please threaten to sue me again, Brandon. Let's take this shit to Discovery.
Since the month of July, Brandon Tatum has sort of blown up to a whole new audience, and that has everything to do with the death of Nolan Wells. Brandon Tatum has defended the people accused of possibly being involved in the death, and that's brought him to new fame. But within that new fame, Brandon Tatum is still sticking to his traditional talking points, being anti-black.
And look at the hat. I love Jesus. Like, this is that futon. It's a play. They are a conservative Christian. I'm conservative. I'm a Christian American. I'm MAGA. So y'all even seen the one church, the black church just had the one racist dude in the church. I said, I hope there ain't no black people in the congregation because they was only showing the pew. The one dude that was January 6th, the dude, the a-hole guy, and some black church invited him to speak, or at least the pastor was black. I don't know if the congregation. And I said, what? This don't even make sense. Why would you bring him in here? But nonetheless, I guess the pastor was like some Republican guy, and I love Jesus.
Stop. The only thing he missing with that hat is that infamous picture of pasty, white face, stringy hair Jesus in the background, looking like a prepubescent tween. That'd be about it. I love me some. He wanted to be accepted so bad. You a good boy. You one of the good ones. Don't worry. Massa and them gonna come pat you on your head and serve you up a nice, semi-warm, a tepid butter biscuit. It ain't gonna be cold, it's gonna be tepid, you loser. I don't know how you sleep at night. I really don't. To really disown your blackness, the character, what's my man name? We got him from the Boondocks. Ruckus, the character Uncle Ruckus was supposed to remain just that. It was supposed to be satire of the hatred of oneself. But Tatum brings it to life.
Anti-black. Let me explain what I mean.
When these immigrants come over here, you can't say white people are off limits for you to talk about. You can't say nothing about white people. Because last time I checked, when you look at the founding fathers, they were white. All the same people that wrote the Declaration of Independence, that established the Constitution of the United States of America, they were white. So you under the rule and protection and freedom of the white man, who died and sacrificed to make sure all this started was the white man.
Now, in this particular
hey, this is wild.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. Your thoughts ain't my thoughts.
Listen here, it's worse than we think. This man is buck broken to a severe degree. I mean, he was hand selected to work alongside the C. Kirk fella. They invited him into Turning Point USA. He's the token black guy that was welcome in, so he truly feels as if he has been anointed as white. So he may have came out his mama Kudakata black, grew up black, but white folks have anointed him. Almost like the black guy, the black guy in the hood. If be hanging around black folks, he might be saying ninja. You'd be like, the black dude in some hood somewhere. We done seen it many times. So, but he's like the opposite. He's like, look, I am white.
How can he say that? But here's the thing. Maybe is his parents, was he adopted? Does he not have any knowledge whatsoever of self? Like, I gotta ask, because I don't know how your soul can allow that to come out your mouth. Like, I think your ancestors can disown you. Because my gosh, ain't nothing attached to him. How he just said that. He said white man sacrificed while we was out, while our ancestors as adults and children were out picking tobacco, cotton, soy, everything. White man and his family was sitting in the house in muumuus, drunk, bored, while America was being built up to be great off of free, no-cost labor, printing money in the form of human souls. Shut up, coon.
This is wicked work. Hit the like button.
You can't say nothing about white people. Because last time I checked, when you look at the founding fathers, they were white. All the same people that wrote the Declaration of Independence, that established the Constitution of the United States of America, they were white. So you under the rule and protection and freedom of the white man, who died and sacrificed to make sure all this started was the white man.
Now, in this particular clip, Brandon Tatum has smoked for the immigrants that come to the United States and still have the audacity to criticize how things work here, in particular, white people. But that wouldn't be enough.
Now, as a black man, I'm thankful for the white man. And y'all won't be mad at me. I don't care, because y'all dumb anyway. Your neighborhood screwed up, and you ain't gonna never be nothing. So don't get mad at me. All the brothers that think like me, we successful. Y'all dumb ain't gonna never be done with yourself. If you mad at me for saying this, you should be thankful for the white man. They came over here and sacrificed. Because what did the black man do for you? Oh, y'all want to get busy? We can get jiggy tonight. I got all night. What the black man do for you?
After giving immigrants that work, Brandon Tatum fired shots directly at the black American community, saying that your communities are destroyed. Everybody that's like him that's black are successful.
This is wicked. I mean, destroyed thanks to who?
Hell!
I mean, what are you talking about? Like I said, this dude, he come from that coon is deeply rooted in him. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Look at me. You know, hey, I drive around in a Lamborghini. Yeah, this is my day car. I own a Bourbon. You know, we drive Lamborghinis, folks like me. This is how he acts on social media. So right now, they done let him blow up off of this, like so many others. But what goes up shall soon come down. And we're going to be here the whole time.
And listen here, man. One thing I'm learning, when it comes to characters like this, and they got to lean heavily on just superficial things, whether that's money and cars and trinkets, there is a critical void somewhere in their life. I assure you. We point this out with the Kundras and others that are like, when they rely solely on shallow financial things, there's a void. I promise you, his personal home life ain't the best. I can promise you, I know these characters. There's no way his white wife, she's still a woman, she still has a hypergamous nature. And you telling me she looking at this melanated man disown himself and ain't got the ick? How is that even? He got to be living in hell in his own fancy castle with his Lamborghinis. I'm telling you.
Or I was gonna say, or it's the opposite. Or his wife, you know, putting the battery in his back end. She got a leash on him. You know, maybe her dad is some powerful guy, and maybe they controlling him. You know.
Either way, he in hell. Either
There
way,
you go.
the sunken place.
Yeah.
And they made a movie about this. Brother Tatum is in the sunken place. I almost called him brother. Excuse my ill manners. Tatum is in the sunken place.
Because y'all dumb anyway. Your neighborhood screwed up, and you ain't gonna never be nothing. So don't get mad at me. All the brothers that think like me, we successful. Y'all dumb ain't gonna never be done with yourself. If you mad at me for saying this, you should be thankful for the white man. They came over here and sacrificed. Because what did the black man do for you? Oh, y'all want to get busy? We can get jiggy tonight. I got all night. What the black man do for you?
After giving immigrants that work, Brandon Tatum fired shots directly at the Black American community, saying that your communities are destroyed, everybody that's like him that's black are successful, and what have black people built for you?
Damn.
So this is the strategy that I see a lot of black conservatives use to convince other blacks that in order for them to be successful, they need to attach themselves to the white man. And I want to show you how that's not completely true. Let's look at the rise of black millionaires in the United States over the last decade. Now, this data source was taken by the Federal Reserve, the Brookings Institute, and Ariel Investment. But if you can see in 2010, we had roughly 700,000 millionaires. But by 2023, in just a span of 13 years, the number of black millionaires more than doubled.
He's right, you know.
When I found out this information, I also wanted to know why. But before I got to the why, I understood that not only was the number of black millionaires in America doubling, they were doing so at earlier ages than their non-black counterparts. For example, if we look at the average age of distribution of wealth tiers, we will find out that there's a higher percentage for black millionaires, especially in fields such as entertainment, sports, and young entrepreneurship. Let's look at the black millionaires that are under 40. Now, 10% of the 1.5 million black millionaires at that time, it's probably 2 million, are under 40, in comparison to 5% of total US millionaires of any race. So that's double. If you're black, you got a better chance of getting richer quicker, especially if you're in entertainment, you're in sports, or you're in young entrepreneurship. Let's go to the ages of 41 to 55. If we look at this, well, here goes black people winning again, and 35% of our millionaires are within that range. If we look at the under 40 and then the 41 to 55 categories, black people are getting to the bag quicker. And why is that? Well, number one, we do have a lot of blacks in high income concentration in professional fields, despite what people tell you. Those black Americans are in corporate law, tech leadership, or in elite entertainment and sports. But here's where you're really going to get your money. Among self-made millionaires, business ownership is one of the fastest accelerators of net worth. Many black entrepreneurs who scale businesses quickly target, get this, specific underserved markets or leverage digital platforms, enabling rapid customer acquisition and revenue scaling.
Damn.
In other words, Black Americans figure out Black problems and sell to Black customers, and they are highly rewarded. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Now, even though E40 was already rich, let's talk about this Earl Stevens wine that he has. It's really good, and whenever I'm in Sacramento, I'll buy it. It's priced reasonably at $19.99. And because it's reasonably priced, it can get into major retail chains like Costco and Bevmo. You see, the typical wine company can't reach this particular audience, but E40 can because he understands it. And that's why he's able to capitalize on it, create jobs for his people, and the like. So when you go back to somebody like Brandon Tatum and talk about, well, what has the Black man done for you? Well, he's figured out all his problems and reached a new market and made millions of dollars.
I mean, man. Shout out to E40. I didn't know he had the wine. I ain't much of a drinker, but if I ever see it, I'll grab a bottle. And like you said, would never support somebody like Tatum. We getting it out the mud. We are figuring this stuff out every day. Like you said, we done had people up here on our platform that have picked cotton. I don't think y'all understand the context. So every day we getting closer and closer and closing the gaps and breaking down barriers and all this stuff. But people like Officer, Tantrum act like there ain't such thing as systemic, oppression and all this type of stuff that's been going on from redlining to Jim Crow all over the years. He was up here talking about, we was good during slavery. He say goofy stuff. Don't let this guy, granted, these is white folks. Ain't nobody listening to him, but here we are. Truth over lies.
There you go. Officer Tantrum, disingenuous, and just downright hateful and pathetic. Come on, man. If you're going to talk about our current condition like that, acknowledge everything that got us here, as Mr. X referenced the redlining, etc., all that stuff. There were a lot of aspects. COINTELPRO, psychological attacks, freaking chemical attacks, physical attacks, documented, not emotion, documented.
And they try to write it off, say, if you start talking like this, you a victim. You are, but it's like, that's the dog whistle to stop you people from, talking about history and speaking the truth. Then they say you sound like a victim for simply speaking the truth about what happened and how some folks, are in situations.
There's power attached to history. There's strength. That's why, if you ask me, they love bringing up their history and folks they revere and continue to honor, but they don't want us to, because looking back at how our ancestors had to navigate this land, there's strength and power there. We share these stories in the Patreon often. Look into it. Join the Patreon for sure. Listen here. Shout out to Ebony D and everybody else that let it be known. The main, if not the only reason why so many other cultures are here on U.S. soil, not being prosecuted, because we put in the work with the sit-ins, with the freedom marches, with being deleted and tortured. You're welcome.
Man. And shout out to our brother, Ham Dog, dropped a 20 ball in the Cash App, sponsoring the show, says, repeat, please. I don't give a care what you think, B.
Shout out to Ham Dog.
Yeah, talking about this tantrum here. Don't none of us care
at all.
But somehow he's still up here.
Appreciate your Project Leroy. Come through. Says, glad the judge got removed from Carmelo's retrial. Okay, shout out to Project Leroy. All right, this is a spoiler alert. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I told him about that earlier, so yeah.
So he got removed. See, stop right now. Where's Stephen James? He's been a little quiet as of lately. Like, the fact that they removed that judge, is that not showing that something is amiss? Why would they remove the judge?
And a lot of people say, oh, he was going to retire anyways. That ain't got nothing to do with it. All right. That's the reason he said he was going to retire, because there's something up here.
He wanted one last hurrah. Lock a young brother up, man. Come on. Prayers for brother Carmelo, man.
There we go. And shout out to P. Wyatt. He says, did y'all see Dreamers Pro crash out over FBA?
My apologies be why I'm not sure who a Dreamers Pro is.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
Excuse our ignorance.
There you go. Yeah.
And shout out to Ryan Page, says Uncle Ruckus in human form.
Real time. Uncle Ruckus would have loved to be an officer of Johnny Law. That's wild. All he needs is that wonky eye.
God damn. Here we are.
Like Brandon Tatum and talk about, well, what has the black man done for you? Well, he's figured out all his problems and reached a new market and made millions of dollars, which is why the black economy, or the black American economy, is exceeding $2 trillion in spending power. So never let people tell you that your community is worthless or nobody will do anything for you, especially with what our group has been through. We have done a lot, especially for ourselves, and we still are the #1 target for all black countries, including all of Africa, who wants us to come and invest in Caribbean countries, as well as the target for many white companies because of our spending power. But let's move on. Now, Brandon Tatum doesn't have any problem defending white people as long as he's included in the white conversation. But Brandon Tatum is a conservative, and not everybody is okay with a black man like Brandon Tatum being involved in the conservative movement. Now, we just heard him defend white people and says he loved how good white folks been for him because they've given him everything that he has. But how does Brandon Tatum react to somebody who wants white people to just stay white and not intermix with black people such as him?
You so shallow and silly that I want to maintain. You a Christian, bro. What are you talking about? You a Christian. Your earthly experience is of nothing. Your legacy is not the color of your skin. It's spiritual.
But wait, it gets worse.
There's no male or female in here. There's no Greek like that. Like God ain't looking at you being like, good job. You kept your race going. You made sure that you were just white.
So look at the pivot. When Brandon Tatum is defending white folks, he's talking about how great they are in comparison to blacks. But now when a white commenter wants to separate the whiteness from Brandon Tatum, now all of a sudden it's, you see, I thought you was a Christian. Skin really don't matter. White folks don't matter. It's what you do for the Lord does matter.
Yeah. It's over. I told y'all this already. White folks are pretty much done with him. They got everything they're going to get up out of him, and they have given him enough power. So they say, you know what? We're going to remove that power before you wake up and realize that you black and, you do something with this power we done gave you. So what they going to do? Y'all seen the Fuentes brother. He was like, good boy. You working for free. And like I said, the trolls is coming for him. They are about to remove him. They like, this dude out here driving Lamborghinis, making all this money, got alcohol brands, and there's some white boy somewhere like, I can do the same thing he doing and sell the same products to my people, my good white folks. Why are we letting this black man get rich off of us? And eventually the grift will come to an end.
Paul, come get this coon about my way. I can sell some shine. I can do this. I can get me a podcast and mic and talk that talk. He in the way. You ain't part of the group. This is why you're supposed to be down with who you are. You see what I mean? Like, he has relinquished his black card. We talked about this. I don't know about losing it, but you can come hand it over. And he did. He mailed it. Yeah, he texted the relinquishing of his black card with his coward self. But that's all right. Now they didn't let him go. You know what, though? Massa going to be kind to him. I'm pretty sure they're going to ship him a nice, family size box of butter biscuits as a severance package. He'll be all right. Chewing on his butter biscuits, drinking on his nasty ass bourbon.
Man. And like the brother O'Shea said, whenever white folks come after him, we all Christians. We all serve the same Lord. Why? Just say it, Tatum. Say, I'm white just like y'all. There got to be some surgery. It looked like he been bleaching his skin already. I don't know.
What y'all call it? The cake soap? Cake soap Tatum? Oh, let me find out. Brother, go ahead. Just say it. Say it 3 times and click your heels together. Say, oh, I wish I was wise.
It's not about race. But Brandon Tatum's first baby mama and his wife is white. And he was just talking about how important white people were and how you shouldn't talk about them. So if it wasn't about race, then why is he using the term white? And then why is he also using the term black to devalue those same people who disagree with these whites, as if the whites can't be held accountable for making mistakes? But he would go on.
White people don't exclusively own America. What are we even saying here? White people built America by importing slaves, in part. Native Americans had a lot to do with America as well. The culture, the history, migrants who came over here from Italy, France. I mean, people who migrated in America built America to where it's at, that assimilated.
Now he's saying that everybody built America, not just white people built America.
First of all, white people ain't built nothing. We did. FBA. All right. Own your own culture, ninja. So, I mean, y'all see, former cop, like O'Shea said, not only was his first baby mama a white woman, now his new wife, white woman. So he feel like, I got kids by 2 white women. I'm superior. I'm godly. That got to be some power. He like, I done knocked up 2 white kudakotas. All right. Now what? I'm part of the culture.
I know he lived a tormented life. I could tell by the look in his eyes, the way he talked. I grew up around a guy like this, but he was white. He reminds me of one of my classmates who I grew to despise, and he acted just like this, but he was white as driven snow. Yeah, ain't that hilarious? Cake Soap Tatum reminds me of a white classmate.
Who came over here from Italy.
Not just white people built America, but a lot of people. Do you guys see the trick here? Let's continue.
America is great because of our diversity.
America is great because our diversity. But I wonder, why wasn't he talking about that diversity in the first 2 clips? Didn't sound like diversity to me, did it? But check this out.
America is not white people, because the dumbest people in America today are white people. To be quite honest.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f you think you is?
White people are what? But wait a minute.
Because we have the power and the ability to be the greatest nation to ever exist. And these ignorant white folks trying to tear this country down. And they're the majority.
Brandon Tatum switches his tune whenever he's not going to be included in the conversation.
And there we go.
Hell!
And that it is grifting. That's on the thumbnail tonight. What we talking about? Grifters. And we'll make our way to the supreme grifter. Well, now I don't think he's bigger than this ninja, but nonetheless, here we are. So he'd be like, look, if it's ever ending, I'm going to come back over to the other side. You ain't welcome. If I ever see any of you ninjas trying to welcome Officer Tatum back to the cookout, y'all ostracize.
Right along with him. Oh my goodness. Do you see how cowards, they got telltale character traits. He just flip-floppy. He don't stand for anything. He takes the course least resistance. That's why he failed at becoming an officer, and that's course least resistance. He probably got him some low-hanging white kudakata too. And now since they ain't accepting you, and the Fuentes and all these other wonky evil characters ain't on your side, now you like, wait a minute, y'all ain't too smart. So which ninja? Which side are you on? Are you on your own island? I can respect that too. I can respect somebody that hates everyone equally. I can respect that a little bit.
But like O'Shea says, clearly a grift, because we played them first set of videos where he's saying, white man built this, white man great, white man. So he is a grifter. Whatever's going to bring the money in. Like I said, this too shall pass soon. It'll all be over soon.
I think that's lower than grifting. Grifting is low, but this is a little bit darker. Like, he just, as a man, you got to stand for something. I'll say this on Monday, and I'll say something completely conflicting on Tuesday, and I won't blink. You can't be, that's got to be against human nature. How can you do that?
The conversation. White people all of a sudden are not that great. They needed help from other groups. And basically he's saying that because his income is dependent upon those same white people. And then his interracial marriage and his colleagues and all of that is interdependent on that. So he'll just move the goalposts. In one end, he'll berate blacks by saying that white folks did all this for us. And then in the second play, he'll basically water down the accomplishments of these same whites to better fit him. And then my next point is this. You would think that white people would always look out for Brandon Tatum because he's so loyal to them, right? As you know, Brandon Tatum worked very closely with Charlie Kirk at Turning Point USA. He was largely Charlie Kirk's right-hand man as the black guy. But something happened that Officer Tatum was not happy about.
So I was not invited to any of the Turning Point Faith events, which I'm one of the biggest Christians in the movement right now that stand up for Jesus Christ on every platform that I've ever been on.
It was at this particular time that Brandon Tatum was not involved to speak or lead any of the worship services at Turning Point USA's Christian events. And there is Brandon Tatum saying, well, I'm one of the biggest Christians.
Yeah.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
So they try to use this turning point. Everything that is hatred is rooted in something godly. Welcome to America. That's what it all started in. The religion alone. You know, when they brought that book, I don't want to curse the whole religion, but the book and how it was taught here on this continent is what it is. It's always been rooted in evil and darkness. So these are evil, dark people who everything they do is rooted in hatred, but yet they call themselves Christians who love Jesus, but they move in pure hatred.
They are colonizers and warmongers. Folks, white folks didn't get mad at Farrakhan when he called these folks out for who they are and what history has proven them to be. They colonizers, and they are warmongers. They go around waging war. I forget which, there was a war in Africa they was fighting, and white man created the Gatling gun. And white man was just, so he creates war machines. That's his thing. He wakes up every day trying to figure out what's a more efficient way to end life. That is a unique characteristics for the colonizer. That's not us. That ain't never been us, man. But it is what it is. Don't be surprised, Tatum. You're gonna learn. This is why it pays to stay with who you are. You over here trying to cosplay as a warmonger colonizer, and you about to find out you do not fit in a major way.
In the conservative space, why was I left out? That's interesting because that's not the first time that Brandon Tatum was left out of anything. When Charlie Kirk had his funeral on September 21st, 2025 in Arizona, there were speakers at Charlie Kirk's funeral. There was Donald Trump, there was J.D. Vance, there was Mark Rubio, Robert F. Kennedy, Pete Segath, all these different names. Donald Trump Jr., Tucker Carlson, who Brandon Tatum hates, Sergio Gore, Erica Kirk, Director Tulsi Gabbard, all these people, except who? No Brandon Tatum. On one end, you spent a lot of time berating Black Americans for white people, and even though you do make a lot of money catering to that group, you largely have no leverage. And that's something that's very interesting in Black society, because when you have leverage in Black society, you're able to get almost on anywhere. Like, look at Kevin Samuels. When he was on, it didn't take him very long to get on ATL. It didn't take him very long to get an interview with Nicki Minaj on Instagram. It didn't take him very long to get on a video with Future. He was on his way up, because when you're respected in Black America, you can do that. You can look at Kendra G, whether you like her or not. She was able to get into Essence Fest. She was able to get into Invest Fest, having her own booth. Now she's on Oprah Network. I mean, she's been on almost every television show. She's been interviewed by almost every Black podcast. That's what happens when you get the red light in Black society.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in
O'Shea,
you.
why you do this? Why are you doing this, O'Shea? This is, no. Kundra is a grifter. No different than Tatum. All right, it's just that she only hates Black men. All right, but he hate all Black folks. So it's that's the only difference. She don't hate all Black women. All right, she likes some of y'all, but don't compare nothing to the Godfather. This is respect. Like you said, I don't know what that is.
Money grabs. Kev, yeah, nothing can be compared to Kev in history. It showed time has passed. There has not been anybody can remotely duplicate it. Leave it alone. Glory to the Godfather. Money grab, O'Shea. A money grab. A modern day respected quotes asterisk money grab. But don't you dare. We gotta stop that. Kundra and the KS, that needed to not be in the same daggone sentence.
Look at the major political right platform. You can hit that circuit and get to the bag. I believe she was on Cam Newton. She's been on all the stuff. But when you look at the major political right platforms, Officer Tatum, he may come on Fox News, but he's not really respected, okay? He doesn't get those shining opportunities, just like he didn't with Turning Point USA. So what am I trying to say? Number one, never let anybody downplay the black community, okay? The black community is one of the most richest, most talented pools of financial wealth and capital of all time. Now, if you want to look at some of the most ultra wealthy people in the black community that are worth $15 million or more, here's what we know, especially if they come from our community. The black community is what gets them into the door, and then everything else scales them, meaning that they start with their own people, most of them, okay? A good example of that is Tyler Perry. You start in the community, you have that base, you scale onto something else. That's different than Tyler Perry going to the white community, looking to make it in Hollywood the original way. Why do that if you don't have to, if your community can scale you? Because your community has the money to scale you, so why not do it like that? And I just want everybody to stay encouraged. And again, I know Brandon Tatum is trying to push his little agenda, but largely,
this is wicked.
It's not going to work. You might get money over there, but those people will never accept you.
Brandon Tatum is getting paid to misrepresent the black community.
I mean, yeah. Look at this. So, O'Shea, you all over the place. The people don't get the money. They are grifting on the culture. You up here talking about, Kundra and Tyler Perry. The people that support them are more than likely baby mamas, people who can't even afford it, people who are spending their last or going into debt to go to some of these events or enjoy some of this stuff or try to live like these people. These are some of the worst people for the culture. They do nothing for it positive, but promote zestiness and all the worst things.
And it's a shame because maybe at some point, maybe these rich and affluent folks were doing more positive stuff for the culture. Okay, little disclaimer, but it never ceases to fail. All of these folks, whether it's the Oprahs and the Tyler Perrys, that money takes a hold of their life. And you see all of these documented accusations that start to come out. No, they are not good for the group. Money, and this is another problem with our culture. Money does not equate leadership. There we go. Just because you are the person with the most money in the group don't mean you the leader. That's a bit gynocratic in nature, just a bit, and it is not good for the group. You could be an idiot with a lot of money. Don't we know that?
Man, i.e., look at the gas prices. Hell.
There you go.
People will never accept you.
Brandon Tatum is getting paid to misrepresent the black community. He was chosen by the Trump administration because he's a black man pushing white supremacist ideology. He works hand in hand with Trump and Erica Kirk at Turning Point USA. He speaks in front of large crowds full of mostly white people, and he lies about black culture to make black people look just like Charlie Kirk wanted black people to look. Ignorant, dumb, and stupid. And this is why we call him a coon.
Do you know Rosa Parks and them had a car? Why did they stage that incident instead of it being a genuine incident where white people were discriminated against blacks? They staged it.
Lying to a white audience trying to make the civil rights movement look fake is crazy. No, Rosa Parks did not have a car. Her husband had a car, but he took it with him to work every day. So the only way Rosa could get along was either walk or ride the bus. Officer Race Batum Tatum, you a evil son bitch.
Yeah. Huh. There you go, telling half truths. They had a car. It was staged. Somebody, y'all know we don't promote violence or advocate, but my God, jeez,
why go out? See, there we go. This is what we mean. I like to believe we don't throw around, these unpleasant titles like Tether and Coon around loosely. Because I think we need to be clear about it because they're pretty heavy. You see the coonery? Why would this black man go out his way? Ain't nobody, I guarantee you, I'm trying not to yell. I guarantee you, nobody in that audience asked him about Rosa Parks. May she rest in peace. I guarantee it. He just felt a need to make them feel good and comfortable. Say, hey, you already know about that Rosa Parks. Yeah, that was fake. They had a car. I don't know why folks are trying to make you guys feel guilty about racism, bigotry, Jim Crow, Willie. I don't know why. They had a car. Do you guys like me now? Am I y'all friend? Goodness gracious.
Yeah, there's a special place for people like this.
Hell is hot. Ain't no water there. Oh, hell is hot. Ain't no water there. No ice, no tea, no lemonade, no Coke, no Sprite, no Gatorade. Oh, hell is hot. Ain't no water there. Hell is hot. Ain't no water there. No ice, no tea, no lemonade, no Coke, no Sprite, no Gatorade. Hell is hot.
Yeah, don't let Tater tantrum get y'all worked up. Trust me, that man got no peace. Ain't no way as an adult man you could come up here disowning everything about yourself just to make the folks, the ancestors of the folks that brutalize you more comfortable. Trust me, he got many sleepless nights drinking that liquor of his.
And shout out Frederick Howard. We got super chat. Go ahead.
Appreciate you, brother Frederick. Says the black man is always adapting. Bonquisha and most educated are raising gremlins and want high value men. Stop tripping. Shout out to Frederick. Appreciate your sister Nice coming through with a couple of jewels. Thank you, man. Shout out to Jermaine coming through with some jewels as well. Thank you. More jewels from the brother Marcus. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate y'all. So here we are. Y'all see the thumbnail in the title? All right. Grifter. So we're going to make our way over here now to this guy, Poetic Flacco, and this brother. Shout out to Jew Almighty. All right. I'm guessing he invited Flacco up on his platform and he got smoke for him.
I was going to say, yeah, we rock with the brother, Jew Almighty. Salute to the brother. Yeah, come on, Fluffy Flacco. What you got, Fluff?
Yeah. I'm gonna just be honest with you. As a black American that loves black people, that's raising black babies, that love black women, was very disturbing to see you just blatantly disrespect black people in the black community. I mean, it was kind of like egregious. You talk shit about the black community. You refer to us as Negroes nonstop, which is crazy because I haven't heard Negroes since white people was yelling that shit in the 1960s. You know, you wish death on black people nonstop. You said you hate niggas. You were glazing a racist white dude that was saying the N-word and saying he's the realest white boy ever. Nick Fuentes or
no, not Nick Fuentes. It's crazy, two of them, but not Nick Fuentes. It was another white guy. I can show you the clip. And then it was, I mean, it goes on. You wrote in a comment section calling black people pookies and talking about us standing in welfare lines and Section 8 lines, just straight anti-black disrespect, which again is disturbing for a lot of people that know you now, that see you now, and you're super pro-black, super supporting the black community against people like Officer Tatum and Candace Owens and all these people when you literally sounded like them 6 months, a year ago. It's very disturbing for a lot of people in my community and out there just in general. So I guess real quick, just to
he ain't listening. That's the first thing I'm getting, because he keep talking while you talking. I mean, everything. Yeah. I get you. That's very annoying. I think people only do that on the internet. I've never in life seen people in real life, two men talking, somebody just doing that without it just instantly being physical. Like a man just talking, yeah, I get you, yeah. That's pretty much shut up, let me talk. I ain't listening.
And you know what? One thing I had to learn up here, and shout out to my brother Mr. X pointed out to me, a lot of these brothers, they don't have that same respect. We grew up where we had to talk to one another face to face, and you're either going to show some mutual respect or put your daggone hands up and sort this out. But this sassiness, this disrespect, yeah, I hear you. That's what's up. Of course. Yeah. He over here telling you how he disapproves of your behavior, and you respond in mid-comment. Yeah, of course. Sure. Yeah, okay, keep saying sure. God dang it. But woosah. Salute to brother Jew. Talk to him, man.
Finish setting the stage.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I dropped a video based off what I saw from Doku D's video, from Point Shoot's video.
I seen the last video. Sorry. So no, sorry. So sorry if I'm like a tad bit like kind of like behind. So I seen the last video, but I am aware of the narrative, right? So right, like if you reference something from the first video, and like you feel me, and like I'm like a tad bit like behind, is I'm playing right is because I've seen the second video, which is the last one, right?
Okay, I'll completely stay off the first video. So if we just go to the second video,
no. It's
all the same stuff.
Yeah.
So if we just go to the second video,
course.
right? My response, the second video I made, which I wasn't even going to make a second video, but the second video I made was in response to your apology, which in my opinion was a big ass non-apology.
Okay.
You addressed being a conservative. You apologized for people being offended by some vague things that they may have been offended by, but in fact, the criticisms of you, Flacco, were for you being anti-black, you shitting on the black community, you aligning with white supremacists like Nick Fuentes, Trump, the fucking Proud Boys, you glazing Trump, who is the most unlike president in modern American history, which makes it look even crazier because it seems like you switched up when it stopped being cool to be MAGA.
Well, no, because so like this is a clip actually from 2024, right? When I left LA and then came back.
You a lie.
Listen,
and the truth ain't in you.
Shout out to this brother Jew Almighty. I mean, he blitzkrieging them right now. So he hitting them with all his grievances. Respectfully, it'd be nice if he could maybe have one at a time. But you see, he ain't denying it. He basically just unloaded all the reasons why you tether or all that. So I don't know why folks listen to you or how some people done got the gravitas, but yeah, be careful, man, what y'all consume.
Big time. Mr. X said that again. Shout out to Mr. X. Just don't be up here championing these folks. Don't champion anyone. My goodness. We all human. We need to be responsible for whatever square we stand on. Don't get it twisted. But please don't be out here championing these folks, especially the fluffy Flaccos of the world. And I'm sitting here reading the chat, trying to see, like, is the audience like rocking with these grifting tethers? And shout out to Sister Olawa. Olawa was in the chat. I see you, Sister Olawa. But no one agreeing. They saying he's stuttering when he lying. So what is he about to do? Is Fluffy Flacco about to do a whole bunch of explaining? Because I want to hear this. That's what I want to hear, the tether grift explaining. Explain the grift. That's awesome.
Man. And that's another thing. So yeah, pay attention to these cult-like followings where, there's no pushback. One thing we know over here at Carpet for the Horse, Truth Over Lies, SBC, yeah, most of the times, the chat ain't agreeing with a lot of stuff we saying. We could say, we tell y'all what we had for breakfast this morning, and we could be wrong. No, you didn't. You ain't had waffles, you had pancakes, so hold these folks accountable. Y'all just be letting these people get away with stuff. But me and Mr. Walker, we don't do nothing but tell y'all the truth.
Absolutely not. Yeah, I say anything. If I say anything halfway pleasant, Project Leroy, that ain't true. Mr. Walker, you tripping, ninja. That's how I hear his voice. You tripping, talking about this and that. He called me everything when a child got shot to Project Leroy.
While Trump was running against Kamala, right? And there's clips of me on No Jumper News where I'm saying I'm voting for Kamala, right? And this was 2024, right? But bro, so that one, and then, oh my God, and then the second one, which is with the death of porn rappers. So the specific people that I wish death upon, I think it was Future, it was the street rappers. And the reason why I took a stance that harsh was because my thought process was, these people are leading our youth to a graveyard or jail. So my thought process was, again, and it might have been harsh as well, was I'm wishing the exact same thing upon them that they're causing to other black men and to our youth, right? Now, I do understand, out of context, that might be harsh, right? But that was my mindset. You feel me, right? With Nick Fuentes, bro, listen, bro, again, I completely dropped the ball. The Nick Fuentes stuff, I think, was 2022, 2023, right?
Okay, wait. So if the Nick Fuentes was in 2022, 2023, you said in your apology video that your wake-up call was the rise of white supremacy and white Michigan.
And the thing is, before he even get to that, like Sister Ebony Dean say, worry about your own ish. This guy will clearly delineate himself by saying he's African or Nigerian, wherever he's from, he'll let it be known. Well, worry about those issues. Why in the hell your biggest concern? Because y'all got issues in your country, right? But it's a grift. He can't make no money talking about what's going on in his country. So he gonna come here and wish deletion upon young black men. When you ain't even part of the culture. Oh, they all need to go. You know what I mean? What is you talking about?
That was pathetic. That was pathetic tether-splaining. He was up here trying to tether-splain how and why he was wishing deletion on melanated folks. And he is saying that it's his bad because he left out context. We get on Bonquisha and Nug Nug all the time. Many times we have talked about Nug Nug taking a look at the flowers because he ain't no good for the group, but it's laying and heavy with context. Heavy with the context. Why? You know why we said what we said. Because they are detriment to the children. There's no room for any type of wild interpretation. You can't be up here talking about condemning folks in capital punishment and no context. That's insane. That is irresponsible as an adult, especially as a man.
Nationalism.
Of
What's
course.
the timeline of that? Because 2023 and 2022, Nick Fuentes came out in 2017.
Of course.
The Voipers was out in 2017. The fucking insurrection, January 6th, was 2021.
Of course.
Stephen Miller got exposed for having white supremacist emails on his server or database in 2015, 2016. And that expose came out in 2019, which means you were fully aware that white supremacy was on the rise, that white nationalism was on the rise.
No, right? But, right? And that's where I take accountability to my brother. Was again, bro, like even if you watch that, like if you watch that Nick Fuentes stuff, like you can clearly hear it again, bro. Like again, I was like completely like uneducated, ain't really know what's going on. With the Nick Fuentes stuff, again, I dropped the ball completely because again, I heard about Nick Fuentes, I think in 2022 when he did like, I think like Abba and Preach, when he did like Fresh and Fit. And during that interview, right? I asked those questions of, hey, are you racist? Hey, do you say the N-word, blah, blah, right? And he did a very great job at evading and concealing his intentions. I dropped the ball. I should have been, again, more educated. I didn't know who Stephen Miller was in 2019. Again, it's no excuse. I dropped the ball and I was wrong. I was uneducated about a bunch of this shit, my brother, right? And that's on me for speaking on shit that I was unaware of, right?
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
You a liar.
That's a lie. Just lying. It's easy to start, doing all this splaining, this telesplaining now. I didn't know. I was uneducated. You gotta believe me. You don't believe me? No, we don't believe you. Everybody knew who these characters were. Yeah, y'all knew, but I didn't know. So you can't tell me what I didn't and didn't know. I didn't know. You was grifting. You like, these guys is going to put me on. You was always putting yourself closer and closer to the people who were viral. And that's how you got to where you at.
Pretty clever, Tether. Pretty clever. That's a tactic. He is saying, forgive me. And it looks like accountability came into the room, but it didn't. I was ignorant. I didn't know any better. I was foolish. Okay, that is a legitimate reason why you would do something stupid. It is. You was dumb. You didn't know what was coming down the pike, but that's not the truth. He didn't know that what is this character talking about, this Nick? He radiates and emits racism. What are you talking about? You had to get an idea, and I'm pretty sure once you found out who he was, you didn't check him and you continued to platform him. So shut that ish down.
And the thing is, what would make you ask him that in the first place? Just randomly?
Thank you.
Or did somebody, you heard it from the great? So if you heard, I'm more than likely you done looked already. You would never ask the question if you already didn't have your answer made up. But you say, hey, if he tell me he ain't, then we just gonna go with that.
And here we go. You so sorry. You are so, and acknowledge that you have wronged us and don't want to grift. Now here you go. Atone. You want to know how you atone, Fluffy Flacco? Shut your trap. Be quiet. Don't speak. That's your atonement. Can you do it? Just don't say nothing. Good luck.
Like I dropped the ball, right? And I do apologize for that. But right hand of God, I did not know who Stephen Miller was in 2019. I heard about in Nick Fuentes when he did the whole with Alba and Priest with the Aiden Ross with that whole little I think circuit, right? So again, that's my fault for speaking on shit that I was uneducated of. But again, bro, sincerely, I didn't know who these people was in 2019 or 2022.
So the problem for a lot of people,
yeah, of course, is
these people. I'm just going to speak specifically about Nick Fuentes. I can talk specifically about Nick Fuentes. He has been attacking the black community and shitting on the black community since his arrival in 2017. You can literally just put in Nick Fuentes' name on Twitter in 2 seconds, and his video will come up of him telling white people to avoid black people at all costs, and white people have every justification to be racist against us. So it's hard for anybody to believe that you were unaware of who these people were. But even if we take that at face value,
wait, right? Sorry, bro. And during that interview, right, bro. Again, I'll take my L. I tried. He ran circles around me. He ran circles around us. I genuinely tried to pin him on these things, and he ran circles around us, right? And he even and there was an audio that dropped, I think yesterday or so, right? Where and he said, "Yo, I conceal certain opinions of mine to try to blend into the mainstream more, right?" And we went for it. We came and unprepared, and he ran circles around us, but.
Hell no, you already knew what you seen. So if you seen videos of him acting a certain way, you could form your own opinion. You don't have to ask somebody once you know they done egregious stuff. He wasn't somebody that was straddling any fences. He was egregious. So you said, let me ask you. And he went in there and maybe was acting a kind of way, maybe put the mask on, wasn't dropping the N-bombs. But if you already seen videos of him doing this stuff, how can he lie to your face at that moment? Why you even ask him anything? So you I know what I seen. And you're oh no, that's all just for entertainment. I don't mean that stuff. Regardless of what he can possibly tell you, we ain't buying it. So you was looking to grip because you knew he had the light. Y'all chasing the light.
He wasn't concerned about him coming up there and not being prepared and that character running circles around him, spewing hate. He won't worry about none of that. One objective, we get it now. We just want y'all to say it. Now, down with hypocrisy. Say it. Cash grabbing grift. He was trending. It was the thing to do. It was going to get me clicks and views. Why won't they just say it? Y'all can't be stopped at this point. That's my anger, if I will. It enrages me. No matter, the grift can't be stopped. It can't just say it. Please soothe my soul and say, we grifting. We're gonna continue to do it, but yeah, it's money here, resources. We're gonna do it as long as we can, and then we'll jump ship as soon as it's convenient. Just say it.
If you watch that full-length interview, bro, I did try to ask about those things, and at every turn, he was lying, being deceptive. Now looking back, he was lying, being deceptive, and damn near denied everything, right? So trust me, my brother. Again, I understand. I was wrong 1,000%, right? Again, bro, there's no excuse, and there's nothing that I could give right now to justify that, right? All I can say, brother, is I had my wake-up call. I realized my faults, and I try to do better at some point. But that's no excuse for that era, because again, bro, I was drastically uneducated. Watch the whole, watch the full shit, and you will see me ask those questions and hit run laps, you know?
Okay, so if that's the case with the white supremacy, you had to be aware of who the Proud Boys were. Because they did the whole Charlottesville thing, 2020, something like that. you had to be aware of who the Proud Boys were, that they are fully anti-black. They're just a different version of neo-Nazis and the KKK. And you said you support them and you fuck with them because they don't hide their politics, which is insane to say. That's like saying, yeah, I fuck with the KKK because they wear their sheets in public.
Yeah. No, right. And again, man, and that's the uneducated, naive version, right? It's like when people say, yo, I fuck with Trump because he is a known racist who makes it be known, right? It's like,
you a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
Stop stuttering. Man, listen, bottom line, it don't even make sense. And we are all content creators. You ain't going on anybody's platform or they ain't coming on your platform, vice versa, however it goes, unless you know who they are, you watch their content, y'all are familiar, or you done did some research on them. Ain't nobody just blindly say, you wouldn't even know whether or not their subscriber count. Who are they? You see what I'm saying? You ain't about to just accept the invitation nor invite anybody unless you know who the person is. This wasn't like an open panel, somebody click a link. No. So either you knew who he was and you wanted to talk to him, or you heard about him and you did some research and you reached out. But either way, it wasn't like a blind thing.
Thank you. And this tether splaining ain't going nowhere. And I don't like it because it is kind of the brother Jew Almighty is kind of getting him off the offense. He just sitting here, shout to Ebony, I'm just a BJ, he just sitting there cowering. Oh, I didn't know. He ran circles around me. I'm pathetic. Poetic Flacco. Don't hurt me. Stand on it. This is weak. I don't know how you could have a following after you come up here and tuck tail like this as a man, as a male. I don't want to disrespect men as a male.
I was going to say, well, listen, I say some of this stuff is data. You say, how do people like this still have a following? It's showing how weak society is. Bottom line, it's a time, men and women, like you said, the people that y'all continue to follow on some of these platforms, men and women, all these creators that are up here clearly showed their hand, but y'all still blindly follow because y'all just looking for a leader that's sick.
Gotta stop. Yeah, look within. You want a leader, look in the mirror. And if you don't like that leader in the mirror, make that mother sucker a leader, dang it.
Kind of like you feel me? It's like the devil that you know is better than right? Again, that's me being naive and saying, yo, these people are open and proud with their racism. I prefer this type and over this. But again, that's the naive me, not fully understanding like what that entails and what that means. And again, and that was a fucked up thing to say. And I was 1,000% wrong. Bro, listen, bro, like I'm not running away from my personal accountability.
If you're not running away from your personal accountability, then why didn't you address that in your apology video, your non-apology video where you didn't apologize for shit for real? You literally turned the conversation from genuine criticism about the things you could have addressed, which was super disappointing to most people. For anybody that still had faith in you, you turned it from that to make it a whole conversation about conservatism when the criticism was never about you being a conservative or any other black person being a conservative. For the record, nobody conservative, nobody black that's a conservative is anti-black. I get people may not agree with conservatism with black people, but that's like 20% of the black population. It's not a rarity to know black conservatives. So that's never the criticism. The criticism is aligning with Trump, glazing Trump the way you did. You literally, in the video I used, you literally were smiling from ear to ear, glazing him while he was disrespectful to black journalists. What was her name? Rachel Scott, I think. While he was disrespecting her on stage at a black event.
Yeah, right, facts.
Hey, beep. That's all, folks. Here we go. Shout out to this brother Jew. He got his receipts ready. So don't ever walk into Walmart and return an item without receipts. Shout out to Jew. He like, I got my receipts and y'all gonna take this damn item. And he's sitting there, beep. Look, and the only thing he can do, the thing is he just gonna keep deflecting. So you can keep dropping receipts where you like, look, I got documented video, you doing this, smiling, cooning, buck dancing. He like, I just didn't know. They fooled me. I didn't know. I apologize. I didn't know. That's all he gonna keep doing is deflecting.
And that's pathetic but it works, man. That is a successful tactic to stop your attacker, even if you deserve to be verbally attacked as he's getting it, and he needs this. But yeah, it works, and that's pathetic though as a man. If you say something, if you have a strong opinion, especially up here on the internet, stand on it. You will be respected more. If Fluffy Flacco would have came up here and was like, yeah, I said that stuff, that's how I felt at the moment, and I meant it. I changed now, but I meant that. I can't stand you ninjas. I can at least respect the truth, even if it's a bit of a lie. It's his truth. But he up here I got no truth. I got no lies. I'm just up here talking. I'm uneducated. Don't hold me accountable like a child. Shout out to brother Travis Golston. Says Fluffy Flacco started on the internet as a Umar follower, harassing and suing anyone who didn't like Umar. This was all while he spewed all the racist BS. Really? Huh.
What? This is crazy.
That's wild. He was suing folks. Shout out to Sister Nais. Says his grift, disconnect, don't know. We don't wish deletion.
Shout out to Nice.
There you go. Shout out to OG Merciful. Good to see you, brother. Says allegedly in May of 2017, Fluffy Flacco was arrested and later pled guilty to theft of services in North Dakota. The charge stemmed from an incident where he skipped out on a $133 taxi fare. You mean Uber fare? This ninja $133. This ninja, what he had a mission that went wrong. He out here tricking an Uber.
Yeah, amongst many things. Yeah, y'all done heard what the brother Corey Holcomb accused him of, allegedly, some type of PDF stuff. And I guess Flacco, he said it ain't him, it was his cousin. All right, but some folks still, it's confusion about it.
His cousin used his account? Whatever. Just dumb.
Oh, no, this is like real life. Like somebody was dealing with a minor or something. I don't know what it was.
Egregious allegations. Yeah, stay away from it. Appreciate your Devil Games. Says, bro just wanted to grift for clout. I just want him to say it, Devil Games. That would satiate me. Appreciate you, brother Merciful. Says, that took me 2 seconds to research. Shaking my head. Playing dumb is dumb. Playing dumb and innocent. Oh.
Man.
God.
Shout out to Merciful. That's wicked.
Appreciate your Devil Games. Says, bro is a classic sellout. He just need to admit it. Once again, I'm waiting. Shout out to our sister, Rachel. Promise we're going to read your email, sister. She said 9 months before Rosa Parks, 15-year-old pregnant teen, dark-skinned Claudette Colvin didn't give up a seat on the bus and got arrested before Rosa. I heard about this. The NAACP didn't want Claudette to be a symbol for the bus boycott. NAACP picked light-skinned Rosa. Look it up. I've seen this. 100%. Yes. Shout out to the sister Rachel.
Man. We appreciate your sister. Always coming through.
Appreciate your Devil Games. Says Mr. Walker, he can't stand on anything. He is a tether.
So here we are. Hit the like button. He ain't done.
So here, right? So let me address the first thing you said. You said like with the apology, right? So yeah, right. So look, so I didn't see your first initial video, right? Where again, I'm sure you probably like put like and like all those clips in. So in my apology, I think I said, yo, I'm responding back to, there was a few comments in my comment section and in like my live, right, where they say, yo, Flacco, we discovered your like conservative passion like that. So that's what I was responding to. I didn't really get like a chance to see the full complaint before responding. I was responding back to like my chat saying, yo, we found this conservative pass and this conservative pass. And I said, oh shit, fuck. Cool. Let me just first address why I was conservative at some point, right, bro? if I had the opportunity to watch, I guess, like, you feel me, and all the complaints and like all the videos, I would, right? I would have probably addressed them like specifically, and you feel me, but like, I never had the opportunity to watch your first video and the rest, right? Because again, like, I tend to avoid videos, right, where like I feel like, you feel me, like it's a hit piece, right? So I didn't really see like the full complaint or the full things that they were like talking about, but I tried to respond back to like my chat. And again, if I dropped the ball in that regard, I do apologize, right? But bruh, I'm fully sorry for anything that was considered anti-black. That was not my personal intentions. You feel me, right? At the time, bro, again, I truly felt like I meant well. I truly felt like I had the answers when, bro, I don't got the answers, right?
Man.
Stop lying! Why you lying, ho? Stop lying! Prezi, I know the time, ho. Stop lying. 4G's what we slide. Stop.
He can't stop. That's that tether babble. It's unfortunate. Man. I mean, do people fall in love with liars and people who deceive? I guess the devil's popular, so here we are.
Yeah, people tend to love that evil entity. Nevertheless, it's keywords I like to look out for. And one thing I've noticed, folks that come up here doing a lot of explaining and trying to get you to see their point of view, they use filler words like, you feel me? And right. Listen, if you just that last 60 seconds, Fluffy Flacco, you feel me, right? I'm checking with my comments. You feel me? He wants you to agree with him. This is like this is salesman tactics. I'm going to get you to agree with me on this stuff. So when I make my sales pitch, you continue to say yes. You feel me? Right? Correct? You feel me? See, that's what they do. It drives me nuts. Stuttering, babbling, you feel me? Right?
And there you go. And he trying to disarm you and dumb you down.
It drives me up a wall. Just listen to the you feel me's and the rights. Just listen.
I didn't have the answers, right? And clearly me looking back, right, if I watched like in everything I said, I'm sure I wouldn't agree with that era of my life. So, bro, you're 100% right. You feel me, right? Again, it's probably like a best practice to watch the full thing, watch all the complaints, and then respond to them and like individually. But I didn't see those videos, so I didn't quite like have anything to quite like go off of. I was just responding back to my audience saying, "Yo, we found this conservative path. Respond to it, right?" And then you feel me? I came online, I think like 30 minutes later after seeing, you feel me, those comments and like responded back. But all the shit, bro, that you just said, again, I 100% apologize for.
So when it comes to content, right? At this point, I mean, you talk about everything on your channel for the most part, but you didn't keep a secret that, you made 100,000 talking about your other builder, and you were very critical about your other builder. You've been critical about Officer Tatum, especially with the Nolan Wells case and all of that. The issue that people have is if you have a history of anti-blackness, if you have a history, literally, I can wishing death on black people, saying you hate niggas, letting a Asian or a Latino or white girl, whatever it is, say the N-word, and then tell her in a group of non-black people, yeah, I hate niggas too.
And here we go.
Hell!
Yeah, I truly believe, like you said, some of these people are plants. Like anything else, social media is no different, especially YouTube. I'm sure there's some level of corruption to some degree. There has to be, like everything else in this country. So when people like him are pushed to the forefront, it is for a reason. The officer tantrums, the futons. Or when you see this type of stuff, they only gonna anoint so many. It's like gate kept. And they cherry pick who they gonna let in. Because ain't nothing, awesome about the guy. You know what I mean? It ain't like, oh, it ain't hating on him. It just is what it is. It ain't like, oh, everybody head over here because he got all this information and he's so entertaining. Like I say, just keep repeating himself and stuttering. I don't get it, but if the powers that be in the algorithm, hoist you up, it is what it is.
They got an agenda. They're trying to fulfill, right? That's the anxiety. We know it's wicked, but we don't know exactly what the end game is. This, if you ask me, this here, the social media manipulation is modern day COINTELPRO MK Ultra 2.0. It is what it is. It's brainwashing us. I knew something was up when the Orange Man got inaugurated and he had all of the big social media bigwigs up there on stage with him. The Zuckerbergs, the Musks. He had all. I said, what the heck is that? I'm like, why? He got all these social media runs, or at the very least, heavily influences the world. And yes, these plants, that's the most sense I can make out of these plants. There's an agenda. We know there's an agenda. We just don't know which way we're going, but we know we're going somewhere bad.
We all hate niggas.
But to be fair, no, right? Look. Like that stuff again, brother. Like again, there's no excuse for it. Again, I'm not arguing this. There is zero excuse for it. I was wrong for that. Now, the wishing death upon black folks, I do want to say this again. That was very specific to who I believe were street rappers and people who I believe was leading our youth down, to death in a graveyard. And I was wishing that upon them, the exact same thing that their music was enacting upon the youth. But the other stuff, again, you are 100% right. Bro, listen, I'm not here to make excuses for it, brother. Like, I'm here to listen and learn. You feel me, right? Again, I was wrong, 1,000%.
Okay, so the definition of a grifter, by definition,
of course,
is a con artist or swindler, someone who tricks people out of money or property through fraud, lies, and clever deception, which I think people at this point would view you as a grifter based on your very recent anti-blackness and white supremacist alignment. So again, when you're talking about people like Chud the Builder just got out and made a video about him. You're going to make more videos about him because now he's out. He's going to be live streaming talking about stuff. Officer Tatum is going to continue his raccooning and tap dancing.
And he just did some, and like earlier today though. Nah, but bro, like with here, right? But bro, like with the again,
ain't your bro
here. Yeah, first of all, Chud, the biatch ain't about to be doing nothing. All right, he out on bond. I believe he got a gag order from the judge. He ain't allowed to go live. He ain't allowed to do any of that. He ain't allowed to be on social media doing all that. I think he went on Twitter and made one word comment, But yeah, he ain't allowed to do whatever. There's a lot of restrictions or they're going to lock him back up. So right now he waiting to go to trial, and where hopefully they going or either going to go to trial or take a plea, more than likely take a plea and maybe serve a few years. They'll give him 5 years, whatever he going to get.
Shout out to the brother Almighty for dealing with this interview with Fluffy. He just yep. He's like, you know what a grifter is? You know what we call you a grifter, right? You're like, sure. Like, it's like disrespect, indirect disrespect. He ain't being combative, but he should be being combative. He agreeing with the attack. You're right. Yeah, sure. I feel you. You're right. Sure. I'm a grifter. I was wrong. I'm stupid. I'm ignorant. I don't like this. He literally laid down and just said, tell me when you done beating me. There's no way any man, definitely no woman, should have any self-respect in this behavior from a male. Just let me know when the beating is over. I'm sorry. Let me know when you're done and I could continue to grift and get this bread.
If people want to call me a grifter, again, I cannot argue with them for having their opinion based on what they saw, right? Completely understood. But again, I made videos about Chud, first, right? Because again, I disagree with that man going around calling black folks the N-word with the hard R, right? I made videos about Tatum because I disagree about his stance on Nolan Wells, right? I think Nolan Wells was murdered, right? And these two things weren't overly strategic things. No, I believe that Chud the Builder, right, was wrong, right? I disagree with that behavior. I disagree with Tatum and what he did. So I'm making videos on what I disagree upon.
But the hypocrisy is you disagree with Chud the Builder, for instance, being a white guy going around saying the N-word, but you supported a white guy saying the N-word when you wore no jumper.
And there you go. Huh. Yeah! There lies the grift. Like, you sitting here, you was just smiling ear to ear, you was MAGA, you was hanging out with Fluentes and all these questionable people. you said you were cool with. But now that they ostracized you and kicked you off the show and ran you out of town, now you done swung back over to the black side and you say, okay, now I'm going to be on this side. I'm going to talk about them.
There's no moral compass attached to a person that doesn't mind grifting like this. Shout out to last night's show. We had Kundra on display and her grift up there. In the past, she made that video about KS, didn't have the liberty or authority to talk about relationship because he wasn't married. Years later, she continues to make her point saying she could talk about relationships, even though she ain't married. That she ain't talking about marriage, she talking about dating. Dumb, unholy grifting. They have no moral compass. For anybody to listen to them, you got to look at yourself. What are you getting from them? Do they coddle your insecurities? Is that why you like these fluffy Flacos and the Kundras of the world that ain't doing anything? They're not putting forth any effort or anxiety or passion to help you get a desired outcome. Well, folks don't realize that. Obviously we can't come reach through the screens and make y'all do a daggone thing, but positive energy, you know what I mean? Correction, real love in a form of correction, accountability, that can help us save lives. As y'all have given us y'all testimonies and saying has helped y'all. Who have the fluffy Flacos of the world helped and aided? I shall wait.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
So again, the alignment is off.
No, right? No, facts. But people grow, right?
I've never experienced it. I've never let a white person say the N-word around me. I've never supported a white person say the N-word around me. I've never supported anybody that was against my people, which is the reason that a lot of black people vote Democrat, because Republicans are overtly just out front racist. So
yeah, no, listen, no, bro, look, you're not wrong. Again, I'm telling you, again, people grow. I was 100% wrong, right, for everything that you just said. But I'm telling you, I made a video about Chud, right? Because I disagreed with him going around calling black people the N-word, right? Bro, I had my personal wake-up call and I educated myself, right? So again, these are not like overly like you feel me, like calculated things, right? Like I disagree with Chud, so I talked about Chud. I disagree with Tatum, so like I talked like about him, right? And those were my personal disagreements, right? So again, like if folks do want to say, hey man, I think you a grifter, proof to us you're not, that comes with time. Like I'm not arguing with that, right?
You don't think that comes with actually addressing what people are calling you a grifter for, though? If anybody was calling me a grifter or bringing up old footage or talking about old things I said, it's literally writing.
I'm doing it right now, though.
Writing.
It's
writing that black people were pookies and we were standing in welfare lines.
That was when I was right by the way. I think and that article, by the way, was what I think. This was like 2017, 2018, right? I think bro, like I was damn near first out of high school, bro. Again, that was me at what I think like 19, 18 years old, bro. Like I've evolved as a person.
Hell. Okay. So I'm thinking this dude is like our age. He's young. Oh, I'm trying to do my math here. How old is he? Like what? 28? Okay, so y'all don't let this young man grift and people was buying. This is wild.
28. Okay. Younger. That I don't know what to say about that. Sheesh, I definitely thought it was about our age, 35-ish, around that area. 28. That's young today, especially what the hell do he know?
Nothing. That's what you've been saying. What have y'all learned? What do y'all get? Nothing. This is part of the new generation of mindless television. So what do he do? Keep you mindless. You know what I mean? Provide some type of shock value from whatever he's talking about, being provocative, if you will, but there's nothing here. He got no lived experience. Some big fluffy character who got anointed on YouTube.
There it is. Some brother that got anointed most likely by a large group of incels. No hate, no shade. I'm just connecting dots. But yeah, 20. What the heck do this young man know? His brain ain't even fully developed scientifically. I think
especially back then, like you said. So he been coming up all this time, 19, 20, 21. And like he said, you was up here anti-black. He's a grifting tether. That's pretty accurate to say about him. You know, obviously everybody that's non-FBA is not a tether, but his actions and his behavior gained him that stamp.
Bingo. Big time. Dag, young brother. That's a shame. I don't know. This is wow. How did folks get attached to this young man up here spewing stuff he don't know much about? I'm confused there. Like if he was at least fully grown, some adults would say he's still wet behind the ears. His bone's still a little soft. And y'all, god dang, Fluffy Flacco, salute to you on your grift. It was successful. Sheesh, I don't know what else to say. Shoot.
There's no excuse for that. But again, right? Again, I'm here to address it, but I'm saying is this. If people say, yo, Flacco, I think you're a grifter, fuck you. And I'm saying, listen, I understand. Trust me, I'll be skeptical too. I understand, right? Like my job, brother, is to do better, and that comes with time. I'm not here to say, hey, man, F you guys. No, listen, I understand how people view me. I understand how it looks. I'm here to hold myself accountable and say, hey, I'm going to do better. I can't take back what I did in the past in terms of, again, at what, I think like 18, at like 18, 19 years old, right? Thinking, right, that I was writing about like a solution, right? Again, I was young and dumb thinking, right, that the way to like prosper is to grab yourself up and buy the bootstrap, not understanding that shit don't work, right? So again, like that's me saying, yo, I was young, dumb, and uneducated. I take responsibility. If folks want to say that I'm a grifter, I understand. All bro, like I can do is take accountability and say that comes with time, but I'm here to address it, which is why I'm here, right?
Listen, like I said, don't know where you come from. How'd you even get around these people? How was you around strange people like Adam 22? We know these are strange people. They in the corn industry. They dealing with LGBT stuff. That dude's a whole cuck. He likes to watch people hunch on his wife. Like you hanging around strange people and you was young, some big blowed out 18, 19-year-old Nigerian kid. What did they have you around for?
See what I mean?
Was you filming this stuff?
Yeah, you see what I mean? You all over there all fluffy, you know. I ain't gonna say the other word they call you because it's egregious. Yeah, brother, just like the roly-polies. Men, sisters, don't be very weary even listening to these males that have zero masculinity. There's something there. Masculinity ain't some toxic chemical that's in men. It is for the good. I'm trying to tell y'all something. Masculinity is the thing that makes men throw caution to the wind to serve their group. Makes a grown man run into a burning building when everybody else running out. The fluffy flaccos, the whatever, some 22s of the world, these cucks, they don't have that in them. And you can't get it out of them. Stop listening to these characters.
Yeah, because that was his mentor. Your mentor was a man who likes to watch other men hunch his wife. That was the guy you looked up to and the guy you worked for. I don't know nothing about it.
Got to be some degree of extreme self-hate. Got to be self-hatred.
It's to address it. Yo, listen, I fucked up. I apologize to my people, right? There's no excuse that I could give for it. I'm here to say, yo, I woke up and time would tell, right? Like what my character is.
For me, just from the general comments and stuff that I've been reading, some of the chat, all of that. Taking accountability means taking accountability. I'm gonna just put this in the simplest terms for the chat and everybody else. For my kids, if I punish my kids and I'm wrong or I overreact in the punishment or I snap on my kids, I literally sit down with them and be like, I am sorry for snapping on you. You didn't deserve it.
Yeah, of course.
This is how I feel. It won't happen again.
Yeah.
You did not address anything on your own, not without being called out, not without point and shoot video. So I feel like if you made a drastic turn, which is very drastic to go from pro MAGA, pro Trump, pro white supremacy, pro Proud Boys to all of a sudden being against all of those things and now calling out people like Chud the Builder. I feel like there should have been a time for, as much as you're online, you do a lot of content, where you say, you know what? I had an awakening. My political alignment changed. I realized these people are my enemies. You never addressed anything. You just popped up when the money was good to be anti-MAGA.
Well, again, that's not true. If you watch my content, bro, right? Bro, I've talked about me being pro-Trump at some point and then turning pro-Trump, even on No Jumper with those clips, right? Bro, on the Thursday show, bro, like there's multiple times where I came on and spoke on why I've turned against Trump, like, right? Like why, like I'm supporting Kamala. So again, this was like again.
And no, you trying to minimalize. It's bigger than the whole Trump Republican thing. You was over there with Fluentes and some people who just be spewing straight up hatred. All right, bottom line. So only way, like the dude, Jew Almighty is trying to explain, atonement. There got to be some sense of atonement. You got to make apology videos. I'm sorry to the FBA community. Here's what I've learned. Here's what here's what I didn't know. You need to get real granular with this stuff. Don't just pop back over here making videos and just want people to accept you. And then when they do question you, say, oh, I just didn't know, but it's whatever.
No, it ain't whatever. All right. If we're going to admit that you didn't know, see what I'm saying? Use that weak, dang near cover all excuse against them. You didn't know. This is pure ignorance. You spoke when you shouldn't have. Atone. Now don't speak. You said you should not have spoken in the past, and you have sorrow for it. Show us. You should not have spoken then. Make up for it by not speaking now, Fluffy. Just be quiet. Stop the grift.
I'll say a lot of it's centered around black men, FBA men in particular. That's what the grift. So whether you was on that side of the aisle or doing the stuff you're doing now, you're still going after a subset of men. All right. Maybe you should start doing more content about Africa. There's 54 countries. There's so much going on over there. You could talk about that maybe half of the time at least. But like you said, most of your content is still targeted towards black men and, regards to who it is. Now you try to hide behind different issues. Like, oh, look, I'm talking about roly-poly. Hey, look, I'm talking about this guy. We don't need you to talk about anybody. Worry about your people.
There you go, brother. Do like some of these Africans do. They be live streaming and they be out there working out with they stone weights in the dirt. There you go, Fluffy Flacco. Do that grift. Come on, say y'all call me Fluffy. Start being a workout influencer. Good luck.
And it was like a slow turn, but like even in like my videos and on my channel, bro, I've spoke on like, yo, I was once this. I once believed this. I had to have a wake-up call once. Again, it clicked to me that it's not about policies. These people don't want to see people like me exist. And that was my wake-up call, right? So again, I have discussed it. Now, in terms of the actual apology, I dropped the ball in that regard because I rushed after seeing my fans leave a comment saying, yo, address your conservative past. I came on and addressed that. I probably should have watched like your video if I knew about it and other videos, right? And say, yo, listen, I seen this, and then go through like each and every point. For that, I own up to it. I dropped the ball, right? I do apologize for that, right? But again, man, I'm here to address it now, right? But yeah, brother, like again, if I would have saw it, I would have addressed every point, right?
Okay,
but
so
I didn't see it, no?
There's another thing. So when it comes to being black and proud and loving blackness and being pro-black, it is the appreciation of everything that makes us us. So when you're on these videos and discussing white people the way that you do, it is harmful to black people in general. When you're saying stuff like this comment, because it's basically taken directly off the video, that good white skin, that good white man, white beautiful face, white skin, be proud, and talking about, this good white man going to give us money, willing to sell your soul to white people. Again, it puts back in context of the grifter label, because how can anybody believe anything that you say being genuine if this is how you look at white people, who not all white people are bad, but when we're discussing white supremacy, it's white people.
Like
You see what he's saying?
Hell!
This is Officer Tantrum-ish. But you will sit here and say, no, I'm nothing like him. I actually call him out. But no, your origins come from being MAGA, hanging out with Fluentes. So people are, this is your true sentiment, but you trying to act like you joking. It's satire. Oh, y'all don't get it? No, because you ain't like us. You're not like us. So no, we don't get it.
Y'all know how it is. When you a part of the group, when you real KinFolk, we got inside jokes. Yeah, because we are part of the culture. We understand, we respect the struggles. We just don't care to fall victim to it. Y'all know nothing about the struggle. You don't respect it. You just want to poke at it. You ain't part of this. You ain't invited to the barbecue. We can sit here. What is that? I could joke on my family. I could sit there and poke at my little sister like nobody else, but don't you dare do it. That's this kind of time. You are an outsider. You have not shared this experience. The struggles ain't the same. You can't relate. That energy ain't there. That bonding energy. You are an outsider. Keep your tether outside mouth shut.
Here, Russell, look. And to be fair though, like if like you like watch my live streams, right? Even like before the situation, like things like the good white man and God bless the white man, right? Like again, like those are things that like I kind of use like tongue in cheek. So like again, is you feel me? Like and it's like hard for me to like distinguish between like, for example, right? Like there's like 1,000 clips, right? Of me saying, yo, like good white man, right? Those are things that I say in tongue in cheek, right? Like, right? And like,
what the hell is this?
Hell!
Does he talk like this on his content? Like, do y'all watch, anybody watch his videos? Don't be ashamed. All right. Is this how he communicates, or is he nervous? Why in the hell he keeps stuttering and repeating himself? This is crazy as hell.
We were just talking about this. Shout out to the brother Mailbox Sports. He said he liked public speaking in college. It was heck. Oh my goodness. This is a no-no. You feel me? Like Flacco up here, like, you feel me, trying to do all this tether splaining, you feel me? And it's just like, it's like whenever you trying to whenever you feel me, a toddler trying to explain, you know what you feel me, bro? Whenever the toddler is trying to, tell you what it wants for dinner, you feel me? Like, but for real though, like, how did we get here? How did we get here where what you say can be 80% filler? It's like our foods. 80% filler, a whole lot of bones, very little meat, very little substance. But y'all did this. I blame the gynocracy. I blame single moms. How about that?
I've said those things like on my live stream, like as recent, I think, as this week, right? Again, in like a tongue-in-cheek, right? Like in like a tongue-in-cheek, like joke like sounds bad, right? But like, yeah, right? Like, you feel me? Like, God bless the white man, right? You feel me? Right? Again, like I've said those things in my videos.
Directly comes from Uncle Ruckus, who did nothing but praise white people
and that was the point, though.
Black people. You understand why that's a harmful point to be making, especially on a white platform. No Jumper is owned by a white dude.
Listen, fair, you not wrong. I thought it was funny in a moment. Now looking back, it's not, right? Bro, listen, bro, you're not wrong, and you won't get any arguments from me, right? I'm just telling you, like, at that point, like, shit like, oh, God bless the white man, good white man, right? Like, those are things that I just, you feel me, like, found like tongue-in-cheek, right? But, again, looking back, it was poor taste, you feel me? Yeah, you feel me, right? Like, you're not wrong, but that was just me, again, being tongue-in-cheek,
Okay, so I want to rewind a little bit. In your
hell,
this is wild. This is wild as hell. And
shout out to the brother Square Biz. Good to see you. Says Fluffy Flacco started off with a huge speak impediment. He stuttered a lot early on No Jumper. Here we go.
I thought it was worse than this. Who's listening to this?
Listen, man. You got to have some self-awareness. I'm quick to give props for folks overcomers. I ain't giving him nothing. No, sympathy, empathy is reserved for folks that are humble and at least standing on the square.
I wonder if he was around like Dinner for Schmucks, and then maybe he leveraged it.
There you go. Because this is cringe. Like, seriously. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? But like that, if that's part of his impediment, okay, but nevertheless, be more humble. I don't know. I guess he is kind of docile. Just an odd character, but nevertheless, appreciate your square biz.
This is wicked work.
Shout out to our troublemaking sister Nai's been a member for 14 months. Says, I wish Almighty would say, no, bro, I don't feel you. See, he might be like, sure. Appreciate your Air Force Reek. Says, good evening, Gavin and Mr. Walker. This man, Fluffy Flacco, is supposedly from Liberia, but he doesn't like FBA at all. And yes, he is definitely grifting. He won't even deny it for real. He won't deny it, but he won't acknowledge it.
He just didn't know, and y'all must excuse him, and he apologizes.
You feel him? Right, bro?
Apology video, which was specifically about
Sorry. For y'all who to watch my channel, I do stutter, by the way. So that's sorry.
So in that video specifically, you reference your father, who is a staunch conservative. My question is, which was my question in the video about the apology, is your father anti-black? I really want to know where the anti-blackness stems from. We always have these discussions about diaspora, this, that, and the third, and that immigrants are raised to be anti-black and against black Americans. And a lot of that feels like that's where that came from. So is your father, were you raised being anti-black? I get being in North Dakota, being a predominantly white area. But at the end of the day, where did the anti-blackness come from? Because it definitely existed.
Yeah, right. No, bro, listen, bro. Like at that time, bro, I truly didn't think I was anti-black, right? I think in reference to the article, right? Like that was me actually trying to do like a poor job at trying to like articulate like what I think was the solutions, right? Now, is my dad anti-black? Like, I'll be real, bro. Like, my dad like left America, in 2012, I think. No, he left between like 2009 and like 2012, right? I don't think he was anti-black, right? Like, and he was like a staunch like conservative, right?
The kids are not. I'm listening. I'm here in the chat. Listening.
Yeah.
Come in if you're coming in.
And he's a staunch conservative.
Come in if you're coming in. I'm so sorry, y'all.
No. You good?
I heard him run down the stairs.
Yeah,
and I heard knock on the door. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
No. He's like a staunch conservative, right? He's like a Trump supporter, right? But when I say like he's anti-black, like outside of his love.
Man, you a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
If you don't shut your stuttering lying ass up, for the love of Christ, your daddy didn't like black people, period. And it rubbed off on you, all right? Y'all was Africans moving to America. Y'all was living in South Dakota. I'm sure y'all were assimilating, and your daddy probably hated that black skin. And he tried to teach you how to be white as possible, and he tried to assimilate. And, I'm sure there's a mental condition behind it. It's probably called something. All right. But nonetheless, that's what it was. And here we are.
Why can't these ninjas just answer questions directly? The brother Almighty said, was your father anti-black? You feel me? My father left. Whoa. We didn't ask about your daddy's travels. We want to know how he felt about black folks. Well, he was a staunch Republican. That's all y'all need to hear. Staunch Republican. Again, if you are FBA, you can't afford to be a staunch damn near anything. Staunch Republican. How? Staunch. Staunch means very loyal, firm. You black, neither one of these parties is really for you. You can't be staunch Nothing. Red, blue, no matter who. Hush up.
I was gonna say that's the thing. They ain't FBA, and I see one of y'all said in the chat. Like you said, when these people come from other countries, they can easily try to identify with white culture. They get to pick and choose because they know they are not FBA. They know this for a fact. I don't know why they act like this. Y'all know this, and when y'all get here, they say, I choose to assimilate with those people. I identify with whites. I don't like y'all. They will take on that mind state.
There you go. And shout out to the troublemaker sister Nia. She pointed something out. This ain't the first time we had Fluffy Flacco up here on display. First time we had him up here, he's up here with Tasha K. And he was doing a lot of talking and very little, if any, of this stuttering. And because he was talking about something he wanted to talk about, which was roly-poly and the egregious things. So he liked the context of that conversation. Zero stress, zero stuttering. I would imagine, no shade to folks that got to deal with that, but I would imagine that's an anxiety thing. You know, the stuttering is brought on by anxiety, and anxiety is through the roof here. But when he was talking to Tasha K about roly-poly's undercarriage, there wasn't no anxiety.
Oh, I'm about to say, I'm sitting here like, is this the first time we have reviewed him? But it is not. If y'all remember, we covered him a week or two ago, like Mr. Walker saying, on Tasha K. And I don't recall him acting like this. Yeah, he was very excited to talk about other man's meats.
No stuttering. No stuttering, Stanley. Very, very assertive, very happy, grinning. He ain't smiled one time up here. Just collecting data.
For Trump, like, that's probably like the only, like side-eye, like sketchy, you feel me? Like, it's side-eyeing, right? But he don't live in this country to even like, like be like too tapped in, but he's just a Trump guy,
So I
Yeah.
guess my question is, if you displayed anti-black sentiments in videos, you wrote out anti-black stuff, referred to black people as pookies, I assume Ray Rays, because that's the fucking stereotypical hood name thing. Talked about us being in welfare lines, Negro this, Negro that, Negro that. These niggas don't get it. I hate niggas. All of that is the definition of anti-blackness. So from at least what I'm hearing from you, your upbringing could have 100% been anti-black. And you're not acknowledging it because you didn't see it that way, because you didn't see yourself as anti-black. But you still brought that into, again, a white man's company at No Jumper and the content space in general.
Here, look. And I would say, like, probably, like, again, like, my environment probably shaped that, right? Because again, man, like, my dad was a staunch conservative. Like, even now, bro, like you feel me? Like, I can't say he was anti-black, right? When I think about like anti-black, right? I'm thinking about like things like, hey, don't hang out with those people, right? And he never said that. Or like, hey, those people are lazy. No, right? And he was like, it's weird. He was Pan-African. So that I know for sure. He was like a Pan-African, but he's like a heavy conservative. So I wouldn't say he was anti-black, but he's a staunch conservative. Now, my views, again, man, it comes from like my particular environment. And once I left,
you a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
He all over the place. He was a Pan-African, conservative Christian, MAGA supporting, Umar loving. Like, it's too much conflicting going on here. But here we are.
I cannot hear past his anxious stuttering. I just can't. I won't. How dare you come up here with such strong opinions, young and misguided and ignorant as you have acknowledged, and you got these, shortcomings, if you will. You in front of a mic, and when the pressure is on, that mic works against you. I'm trying to be gentle with this, because golly, I don't see how folks survive these showings in social media. How does a fluffy Flacco survive this? His audience watching, and you just up here just stuttering and staring. Shout out to, I see you, Ola, while you was in the chat during this show. That was wild, man. That was wild.
And got to LA. I think that was when like I began to like slowly shift because even again, man, back in 2024, my like second year and in LA, right? I became, hey, I don't fuck with Trump. Or even back in like 2022, bro, listen, bro, like when I got to know Jumper, the first thing I did was brought on Tariq Nasheed and Young Pharaoh and Rizza Islam, right? So I thought I was doing my part and doing something for my people on that platform by bringing on some conscious brothers, you know?
I hear you. I hear you. I have a very strong disdain for anti-blackness, which is why I don't and will never fuck with anybody like Andrew, aka Myron, because he is anti-black without being a Black American. That would extend to you. You're from Liberia, but you've displayed a lot of anti-blackness. So I guess my question, which goes back to the apology, which wasn't an apology because it was about something else. My question is, why would anybody Black believe you or rock with you or listen to your content critiquing anybody else that's anti-Black or racist against us when it seems like you don't fuck with us?
I feel like the people who watch me every day, they know my stances and where I stand when it comes to riding for my people.
And yo, people, what?
Fuck is you talking about? Fuck is you talking about?
Man, he's following the blueprint almost like Futon, Officer Tatum. They got the blueprint. You know, Black men trying to identify as Black men, hating on Black men, particularly in the Black culture, all of that. So he going along that same grift, if you will. That's where he's at now. So, you know, he have since got away from the white folks. He distanced himself, or they kicked him out. So now he like, okay, so now I'm not with them talking about Black folks. I'm just by myself, and it looks more righteous when there ain't a bunch of Nick Fuentes standing around, right? This is just my thoughts now.
Okay. So he is trying to leave the house, you know, of the WS, the colonizer, and now he's trying to climb up under the covering of the gynocracy. He's trying to come over here and continue on with his hatred, but just for Black men. Again, another successful grifting tactic. It could work. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? There is a large group of sisters that will accept Fluffy Flacco. He can, oh my gosh, he can very easily transfer his skills and abilities from grifting tether to beta simp. Oh, they would love a Fluffy Flacco. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. The gynocracy will welcome in a Fluffy Flacco trying to hold Black men accountable with open arms and a little open cootie too.
Now, if somebody says, hey, Flacco, you have to earn that trust back, cool. I'm not fighting against that, right? But the people who do watch my content, who do watch me every day, they know where and I stands, man. I had the unfortunate experience of having to grow and learn and in the public eye, right? And I grew and I did learn. Again, I don't consider myself an anti-Black. I'm not anti-Black, right? But I do understand that if somebody, you know, like sees, you feel me, like the clips or the old content, and they say, man, fuck you, cool. I understand and I don't take it personal, right? It comes with time, you feel me, right? I grew, I learned, and the people who watch me right now, they know, you know?
So just going back to the timeline, you were very MAGA supportive, white supremacy adjacent supportive, pro Nick Fuentes, even though you said you didn't know what he was about, all the way up to what point exactly?
Bro, here. But even during the film, like the Nick Fuentes interview though, I try to press him on the things that I thought like actually mattered. He just ran circles around me, right? So, bro, man, listen, man, I do implore people to watch the full thing. I did ask these same questions you're asking right now. I did ask, but again, I was uneducated and he ran circles around me, right?
See, the issue with that is I remember that timeline. I remember the circuit that Sneeko took Nick Fuentes on, because Sneeko was the one platforming Nick Fuentes, who was banned everywhere at that time.
Yeah,
he did the talk with Gideon and Destiny. I mean, he did a bunch of talks. And at that time, Nick Fuentes was not hiding who he was. He
did though. Watch that interview though. Again, Nick Fuentes lied. Listen, he lied to our faces during that interview, right? But again, we were not equipped with the information we have right now. But if you watch that interview, I asked those questions and he lied.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
It doesn't matter what. Stop. Like brother saying, the interviews were out there. Just because he may have not been egregious in your face does not take away what he's already said and done and what he did afterwards. So stop the cap. Oh, we just didn't know. You know what I mean? Y'all knew. It's just the fact that you said he didn't treat me like that, so he cool with me.
This is so pathetic. I wonder if Flacco dared to make a response or reaction video to this, because they'll do that a lot. They'll go back and see how they did not fare too well and all they explaining, and like, you know what? I should have did this. I should have said that. I just wonder if he did that. Don't really care, because this is terrible. What did he gain from this interview? What did I know what he gained, because he ain't nothing to lose with this level of grift. Any visibility, any publicity is good publicity when you are a shameless grifter. And that's why I get upset. I don't hate the players. I don't hate the game. I loathe it because he can't lose. Folks gonna continue to view him. They're gonna continue to patronize and support just because I guess he has a place. I get a little agitated.
This goes back to what I said. A lot of this stuff is systematic. These are plants.
Yes.
The algorithm always gonna put some of these people on the forefront. And it ain't a lot of us watch him. It can be white people or African or whoever, but they propping him up.
I wonder if if this is like, the spy movies, they get like letters that's going to self-destruct. Fluffy Flacco, these are your orders. Grift till you can't grift no more, or else. All right. This message will self-destruct. Shout out to our brother Project Leroy. Says you should have pointed at Flacco and say, you done effed up, right? Flacco is rubbing his chin hairs, sweating and stuttering like a guilty perpetrator.
This is wild.
Appreciate you, brother EV Ray. You're late, Ninja. Says new law. Zesties can't say the word bro anymore. I second that motion. Shout out to Air Force Reek. Says if this man is earning a good living from making content, he should invest in some intense speech therapy. This is hard to listen to. Man, I'm trying to tell you, I can't hear past it.
Yeah, making good money according to him. Y'all heard him. I made $100,000 this month talking about that. He'll brag about it.
He need to be doing speech therapy while in the gym with a personal trainer. That needed to what he need to be doing in all his spare time. He got me stuttering. Shout out to brother James Horn coming through with the jewels. We appreciate you, brother.
And shout out to our freedom fighting sister Ebony Dean, come through sponsoring the show with a 25 ball. She says, you already know. Salute Truth Over Lies family.
Salute to our FBA freedom fighting sister, always standing on business. I know she can't stand Fluffy here.
Appreciate it, sister.
Shout out to our brother James, come back through with the 500 jewels. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you, brother. Always coming through. Here we go, man. We'll see how much more. There ain't much left.
And he even would and he would tell you that his strategy was during that circuit was to conceal the opinions that he believed was polarizing and over the top.
He was on stream saying he didn't believe in race mixing, and they clowned Sneeko for defending him because Sneeko is mixed race. So again, I have to take what you're saying at face value, but at the same
asked
time,
about that too, though. I asked about that too. That exact thing, right? That exact thing. And again, he ran circles around us, right? And try to give us like the most digestible version. Again, I'm not saying I was right for like interviewing him, right? But bro, I was asked to do the interview. I came and did it. Probably was not the best idea. I wasn't the most educated, but again, I tried my best and I failed. But dude did admit that during that circuit specifically, when he was canceled, he did come with digestible versions of like his arguments, and he fooled a lot of people, right? Again, at that time, my brother, I wasn't educated, and I own it, you know?
I understand you saying you were out of the loop on his content. He spammed the N-word nonstop. You can go on Twitter or any platform that he was still on. He still does it till this day.
Of course,
he spams the N-word, hard R. And black people around him, which I guess in this instance you would be the, oh, I have a black friend that allows me to say the N-word. Which is why racist people like Chud the Builder then think they can say the N-word, which is even more ridiculous, because Chud the Builder looks up to Nick Fuentes. He wants to be Nick Fuentes. He wants to be accepted into the Groypers. Like, again, it's hard to pull any of this away without seeing the hypocrisy of even platforming somebody like Nick Fuentes back when he was banned everywhere, and that leading to a Chud the Builder who now you're making $100,000 a month off of. It is the definition of a grift.
Again, bro, I definitely understand where you're coming from in terms of it's hard to believe that you changed based on the things that we saw from the past. I'm telling you, when I covered Chud the Builder, I covered it because I believed that Chud the Builder was wrong for going around calling black people the hard N-word and trying to fight them, right? I thought that was wrong, and that's why I covered it. I didn't cover it for any other reason other than I thought he was wrong, right? As a matter of fact, bro, so when I covered Chud, like my first couple of videos, like on Chud, like, and I was first, and it didn't really do no numbers, right? It took like 4 or 5 months, right, for the entire, like, you feel me? For like
there was 2 waves of Chud. It was the early wave of Chud, and then he kind of fell off. And then
right. But those videos were not performing well, but I still did it consistently because, again, I thought what he was doing was wrong, right? So I didn't cover Chud for a grift. I covered Chud because I thought what he was doing was wrong.
You thought what he was doing was wrong. So you thought him walking up to black people, antagonizing black people, and calling them the N-word was wrong.
Yeah.
Again, I just have to question, why is it not Chud the Builder to do that, but you being in a studio with white people saying the N-word is okay?
Again, man, I told you, again, at the time, again, there's no excuse for like that era and that time. People learn and grow. Where I'm at right now, that
man, stop.
Hell!
Shout out to this brother Jew. He walking it down slow. And if you just paying attention to this timeline, he's showing who your true identity and character. He went all the way back to your childhood with your father. And all right, y'all was conservative, this and that, your ideology, what you come up under, how do y'all think? And now you over here around these people. You hanging out in the studio around these white folks, everybody dropping N-bombs, and you laughing, thinking it's funny. But all of a sudden, you had this epiphany after they kicked you out the group. And now all of a sudden, you still got some of your same, grifting type of content, but you done switch up your little talking points and you try to assimilate more with blacks because, I don't rock with them because they kicked me out the group.
There you go. Trying to make his message more, what did he say about that Nick Demon? More digestible. Shout out to Jew for going back to his childhood, because there's a reason why. We grown now. We know who we were in high school. I'll only take it back that far. You ain't too different from who you were in high school. It's a wild thing. I mean, obviously you grow, you mature, you become more educated, God willing. But as far as like pecking orders, I find that to be very interesting.
And I don't know if you ever seen the pictures of him on No John. He was much more fluffier. Yeah, he done lost weight. So he was much more awkward. Like y'all say, he stuttered twice as much and he was twice as big. And he was very unkept. Had like a nappy average from what old picture I seen.
I'm going to pull it up. But I get it. My point is, most likely he was victimized by, black folks. And I get it. We grew up in the hood. It ain't too nice. But folks like him, when you too delicate and you don't care to test your physical prowess amongst your peers, you wind up like a Flacco. We had a kid, he reminded me of a Bag Ice, Mr. X. Like, we grew up around characters like this. You know what I mean? Got a lot to say, but soft, tender, and frail, to be exact. But I get it. That's where that hatred for black people come. You weren't invited into the group. You couldn't deal with the bullying and hazing that should be meant to challenge you and build you up, and you become a fluffy Flacco, and you just hate black folks. Now, I get it.
Wouldn't have happened, right? Now, look, I'm not
I guess
saying
what was the learning and growing that happened? You know what I'm saying? If I learned to grow for something, if I fought all the time when I was younger, my growing experience would be like me probably getting knocked out or hurting somebody seriously. So I'm not going to do it anymore. I guess at what point was the learning and growing? Because people are very much confused about your learning and growing based on the.
And there you go. And like you said, Mr. Wall, like Child of Project Leroy, yeah, he didn't grow up in the hood. So he don't have this victim ideology like, oh, y'all used to pick on me. No, he grew up in a house with his daddy who didn't like black people, and they lived around mostly whites. So they tried to assimilate and say, no, we ain't like them. We actually hate them. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So grow up thinking like, and then older in life, once he moved to California or wherever he was at with the no jumper, that was in his later, 18. And I'm sure that didn't go over well. That's when probably a lot of the bullying stuff came on, and it just didn't help. So he always been this guy. Now he on his own up here stuttering. It's just a nightmare.
I could give a little bit of grace to a villain that was created via being victimized. That's what I was pointing towards. However, I can't. I got zero respect for somebody just like, hey, them over there, don't be nothing like them. You ain't like them. Don't worry about what they got going on, especially when that's not freaking true, man. It's not. But yeah, this is, you know what? Shout out to the character Carlton Banks off of Fresh Prince. That's who you're supposed to be when you grow up, in nice neighborhoods. You may be what the melanated sisters consider corny a little bit, but you educated. You got a good head on your shoulders. Success is dang near inevitable, and you don't disassociate from your people. You don't exactly fit in, but you a rider as much as you can because you grew up good. Shout out to that character. But this here, just completely, I ain't like y'all. This is pathetic. I don't see how characters like this sleep at night with just disowning who they are at their core.
Timeline of events of what you supported, when you supported it, to your instant change up when MAGA became unpopular.
But again, though, it can't be okay. So I came to LA in 2022 by the election cycle when Trump was running for president. Prior to him being elected and this shit falling apart, I was saying on No Jumper that I'm voting for Kamala, that I'm not voting for Trump. So again, there's no switch up when it became like unpopular. When back in 2024, I think that's when Trump was running for president. Yeah, back in 2024 was me actively saying I don't support this dude. You feel me? Right.
But again, that's the issue. The black journalist thing that happened in Chicago, the black journalist convention, when he was being fucking despicably rude to the black journalist, Rachel Scott, and the black journalist there, was in 2024.
Of course. Yeah.
Those timelines.
No, wait though. Right here. But me disagreeing with how somebody conducted an interview does not equate to me supporting Trump policies because again, back in 2024, I particularly said, I'm not voting for him. And that was a public stance of mine, right? Again, that's no secret. That's a public stance of mine. I said, I'm not supporting him, right? Now, me having, I disagree with this interview or this here, that's not a stance of, hey, I support the guy. Because back in 2024, I was saying publicly on a 4 million sub platform, I do not support this guy. I'm voting for Kamala, all right? Now, all the other stuff, my brother, again, it's up to the people who is hearing this to say, he's changed, I believe him or not. But I'm just saying again, time will tell. I grew, I learned from it, and I apologize for all the other stuff that people heard from me, right?
I just want your thoughts on this real quick.
Yeah.
I just want your thoughts on this.
Sure.
Trump, bro, sign me up. Where do I go? Sell out.
This man walked into a room for the National Association of Black.
Chat, y'all let me know if you can hear this. It's up as loud as it can go. Chat, can y'all hear it? Let me know. Y'all good? I'm gonna play it until they say they can't hear.
Sell out. This man walked into a room for the National Association of Black Journalists, like hostile territory, and he walked in, not even shaking that man's hand the right way, bro. It's like you don't even want contact with him. Like, yo, based on this body language right here, bro, yo, you know she was gonna be on BS with Trump.
He's a little academic. He's just a Trump blazer for sure.
Trump stood in the fire and answered all the questions. Mind you, Kamala Harris hasn't done nothing like this and probably won't ever.
In such a horrible manner, a first question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network.
Yo, the aura is immaculate here. Yo, this is an away game. Yo, it's an away game and they're being hostile. And this man got so much aura, bro. Yo, he's winning over the room, bro. He got the audience.
Here's the crazy thing about this. This again was in 2024. So it's hard for me as a person that is overprotective of Black people, specifically Black women, because I'm raising Black daughters. I love Black women in general. For me to ever see a person as despicable, racist, misogynistic, and just disgusting as Trump and be smiling while he's disrespecting Black people, especially Black women, while he's rude, while he's trying to talk down to them. Again, it's a circular argument of the things that you supported, you're now speaking out against when they're unpopular.
Yes, of course.
And that was in 2024.
Yes. But again, me giving him credit for coming to the national, I think it was like the National Black Journalists Association, I think. Again, I'm giving him credit for showing up. I disagree with how the interview was being conducted. That's
At
not.
any point did you say that? Like, did you say, I just don't like the way this interview is being conducted? Because from that specific clip, it looks like just a bunch of glaze of Trump and agreeing with him disrespecting Black people.
Again, and that was, I think, like a 20-minute video of me saying I disagree with how the interview was conducted because I felt like he showed up, right? And that alone to me is like you showed up in hostile territory, right? I disagree with how
it's only hostile territory because he's a racist.
Listen though, I agree with you, but I'm telling you at that time, right? Again, my critique of how an interview was conducted, now that being framed as me supporting him being racist, I think that's crazy. Because even during that era, on a 4 million subscriber platform, I was saying I was not supporting Trump during that era and during that time. I reacted to an interview where, again, I felt like
you a lie and the truth ain't in you.
This is so circular. Shout out to y'all who've been here with us. You know, we rock with y'all. This is amazing. The ability to deflect, just keep deflecting, repeating itself. It's a grift. Like you said, you're going to chase you're an ambulance chaser, if you will, on YouTube. I mean, there's many like you. The thing is, you ain't part of the culture and you just grifting hard on it, brother. Just accept that.
And shout out to the brother Jew Almighty pulling up those clips, and the brother and Fluffy Flacco, he just giving you a weak target. I don't know how to describe that. He's like, yeah, you got me dead to rights, red tether handed, but I'm not gonna resist. As he keeps saying, as I said, I'm sorry I was ignorant. As I said, I didn't know no better. As I said, leave me alone. Let me grift in peace. But shout out to you, like, no, Ninja, you know what you was doing. No, I don't. I'm an ignorant tether. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me get this money.
And it's like he was coached up before he came up here and his mind was made up. Yeah, I'll do the interview with you. I know you got smoke for me. I know you done made videos about me. I'm going to deflect and not answer your questions truthfully. So here we are.
That's a skill. That is a talent. You got to put effort in to be able to do that. As much as he's stuttering and stammering, he's doing it with grace. He keeping the conversation going in a circle. Shout out to brother Travis Golston. Says Walker asked the AI about the Umar and Flacco case. I actually did. I looked it up. Seems pretty interesting. I'm gonna look more into it.
Okay, yeah.
Appreciate the night call. Good to see you. Says, is he seriously using the I didn't know any better, uneducated as an excuse. Mr. Walker, Mr. X, order 66 him, please. Yes, he been doing it all night. Night call.
Execute order 66. Money, 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 money.
We appreciate your devil games coming through, supporting your interest. Says, bro, don't care. This snake is just looking at the money. He can't stand on inch because grifting, struttering, tether. He will never understand our position. He will sell his own family out for money and clout. That is the problem today. There's nothing off the table if it comes along with clout and social media visibility. Wish it wasn't so, but it's the unfortunate truth.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
Appreciate your Air Force Reek coming through as well. Says, if you wanted to prove you were not a grifter, this was the wrong interview to do it. This did not go over too well.
Man, so here we go. Let me land the plane.
Crash it.
He deserved at least some credit for showing up in hostile territory.
I don't think Trump ever deserves credit for anything he does personally. That's just me.
Yeah, no, right here, right. Look, bro, look, but I don't blame you for having that stance, though, right? Again, I don't blame you for having that stance. I'm saying personally, right? Again, for the blatant stuff, right? That people say, yo, bro, yo, Flacco, this is foul. It hurt my feelings. I don't fuck with it. Yo, I apologize. You feel right? Like, not to nitpick, like the interview, like that was me giving him credit for showing up and doing an interview in hostile territory. For that was that's me reacting to that interview. In 2024, I been said I was not voting for Trump during that era. All right. So now, bruh, I can't address each and every interview, right? No, but again, I can say again, my brother. In 2024, that's when, if you watch No Jumper and if you watch this content, that was when, I began to unravel. I think even when I came back to the Thursday show, I think it was one Thursday show, it was me and Lush One. And even Lush said, bruh, what happened, right? You was this super conservative Trump guy, now you're this. So people did notice the change, right? And again, I don't blame people for having this opinion when all they're seeing again is sound bites and videos. You feel me? It's like bits and pieces here for the last 5 years. Okay, I don't blame them for forming this opinion. I'm saying I take accountability for all those things. However, right. But however, brother, I can probably I can't respond because, bro, I made 4,000 videos, right, brother? I can't respond to 4,000 videos and say, well, that's a bad look, that's a good look. All I can say is this: my actions moving forward will show people where I'm at currently as a man. I've evolved, I learned, I grew. All right.
Atonement?
I don't know exactly. My thing is outside of the apology. Outside of me saying, hey, I learned and grew, what else do people want from you? What's the next step, right?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. Shout out to Ebony Dean in the chat. Ebony Dean said, the only apology we accept is money. So you need to set up some type of foundation for young FBA boys and girls. All right, we can send him over some suggestions, anything besides Umar. All right, y'all need to be hitting his email. Donate. You done made millions of dollars up here off Black Pain. What you said. All right, you got thousands of videos. So start donating a portion of that money of the King's Gold that you up here exploiting the culture and grifting on. All right, that's how you can atone. Show us with your pockets.
And it's too easy to do on American soil. Even giving is a grift. Because on American soil, you simply paying your taxes. There you go. Allocate that towards a charity, and it's a tax write-off. Rich white man does it all the time to make himself look like he wholesome. All you're doing is paying your taxes. Go ahead and do it. There you go. Munyon. There should not be too many at Nugs, wherever you stay, Ninja, Nebraska, wherever. Shouldn't be too many disenfranchised children starting off the school years without little pencils and stuff. That's where I know we gonna start. That's where my heart is. Start little. We don't have to open up a huge building, a triplex like Jay Prince. Start small, but just start giving to the kids. That's where you start. But this weak tether babble lip service, this ain't doing it, Fluffy man.
Because, bro, again, I could discuss.
In my opinion, is this. I mean, I'll just keep it very simple for you. As far as black people go, I'm gonna just say black Americans, but as far as black people go, there has always been house niggas and field niggas. There has always been people that stood with black people and black people that did not stand with black people, that stood with white people, that still white supremacists, that sided with oppressors against us. We've seen that a lot coming from different immigrant groups, which is also a problem. So for you to have a history of siding with the oppressor, with white supremacists, with racists, with fucking Donald fucking Trump, with Nick Fuentes, with the Proud Boys, and you being an immigrant on top of that and talking down on black Americans, I'll just put it like this. There will be some people that it doesn't matter. You can save babies out of a fucking tree, or cats out of a tree. You can save a baby by getting ran over by a car. There will be some people that are permanently turned off by you and your content, no matter who you expose or what you do, because it's not even an anger thing. This is a hurtful thing that somebody that a lot of people thought represented them, really was calling them Negroes behind their back and Pookies and Ray Rays and letting white people call them niggers, because that's what it comes down to. So I get everything you're saying. I appreciate you for reaching out to me. I appreciate you for having a conversation. I know this is just going circular at this point, but I just feel like it's hard if you're not black to understand the depth of betrayal of a black person that you trusted, that you extended trust to, for all this shit to come up and them be dogging your people, but then not even take accountability for it on their own terms. As soon as this shit came up, you put out 5 videos a day. You could have simply put out a video addressing it. I know in extension, that's what you did, because you reached out to me, which again, I appreciate. And we had this discussion.
No, but even with the first video though, bro, like, again, that was me responding back to the criticism that my audience was throwing at me, right?
Man, stop. I will say this. It's too easy for you to sort of, he's like, what else can I do? I'm over here talking about Chud the Builder. That's low-hanging fruit, first of all. And don't nobody agree with no goofy-ass Chud the Builder. But like, look, I'm talking about them too. No, you ain't. And even if you did start to, it's too late now, because you done fully removed yourself from that side of the lane. It's easy for you to grift now. But the net of it is, you was, pro T Money. And part of his grift was, he said, okay, I want to go over and start talking about the worst parts of African-American community, as he called it. And he'll say, so it's easy for him to come up here and make videos about, Lil Durk or something, right? Or start talking about Young Thug. Oh, all the people like that need to be deleted. And you see what I'm saying? No, because you don't even understand the dynamics. You can speak for Young Thug, but you can't tell us that the babies need to be deleted. That ain't your place. That's what I'm saying. So he started off grifting on that level.
Absolutely not. If you're going to hold folks accountable to that degree, how we do, you got to be of that. We said that many times. We will say whatever the heck we want to say about Nug, and Bone Quisha, because we are their offspring. If anybody knows about them, is us. You, on the other hand, brother, Mr. Silver Spoon, that ain't your journey, and that is all right. But why tiptoe your fluffy self over here? And he think he's done enough. He think he's done enough splaining with this interview. He asked the brother Jew, he said, what more do y'all want from me? I come up here, I've apologized. I done made apology videos. What more do y'all want from me? He seriously, and this is that weak gynocratic tether mentality. He done sat here, he done put his head on the chopping block. He like, look, I'm harmless. Let me continue to grift. No, you ain't harmless. Still harmful.
So there you go. So instead of you talking about, how the boys need to be deleted or whatever the case, maybe you should come up with solutions. You wishing deletion ain't a solution. But like I said, Take some of your money and go open up some boys and girl clubs in some of these areas. All right, be the solution. Don't just be sitting here talking about how much money you're making off this stuff and just continue to be a problem.
There you go. Start by being a mentor to somebody. No need to say names, but I'm mentored to a couple young men. One of the young men I mentored to just got into an internship at a plumbing school. Yeah, we walk like we talk it over here. We ain't just do something. Get involved in folks' lives, man. Especially as an adult. I'm learning little twos and fews, time, words of encouragement and acknowledgement goes a long way with the youth. But a fluffy person like Fluffy Flacco, they could never understand that. We hold them accountable. We ain't over here condemning all our people how these tethers do. See that? There's hold folks accountable. Then there's condemning. You can never justify condemning anybody. That's evil.
There you go.
Appreciate you, Project Leroy. Says, fellas, the apology money goes to FBA nonprofit organizations. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah! Boom, so here we go. In this moment, we done heard about enough of this, Ninja. You don't need to do no more splaining. You can just go to this pit.
Yeah, explain down the pit. Shout out to Project Leroy. We appreciate you. Says, Flacco was scared when American Cholo pulled up. Anybody pull up? I done seen his pictures, man.
Look at this. Come on now. Huh? This is him. You know what we saying? This was him on No Jumper. He wasn't getting no respect. They ran him out of town.
Oh my
he
God.
left LA and now he back in North Dakota.
He built like a sassy auntie that can make a mean pot of spaghetti. Just God, he look all fluffy and nurturing. He up there sitting up there like, come here, baby, let grandma do your hair. Looking ass. Ain't no way. Y'all listen to this? I rebuke him in the name of all things holy. This ain't real. With the sandals on. Look at the girth of them knees. Come on. I can't. I'm over this. This is a joke.
Here we are. I just let Mr. Walker go. We're going to put him in the pit. All right, get up out of here, Ninja.
Better hurry up.
Madness. Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Ain't no way. I'll say what I want about his fluffy self. Listen. Absolutely not. I got no pity on men that get too big like that. I've been there. I've been big, misguided. At some point, I'm telling you what the power is. At some point, you got to look in the mirror and you got to despise what you see. That's where the change comes. You got to look in the mirror and say, man, I sure want me a woman. I sure want to get a hold of some kudakata. What do women like? And this ain't it. Ain't that woman sitting there throughout her day fantasizing and this pop up in her head. Not at all. Not at all. I'm trying to drive the point home, fellas. Don't be built like this. It ain't gonna get you nowhere. With sandals on, got his toes out. Shoot.
This is rough. Yeah, I mean, it don't even look human. It's like half koala bear. You know, I don't know.
Tell it, man. We had a classmate like this. We called him Bag of Ice. I'm gonna say it, Bag of Ice. He was mal-shapened, you know, just couldn't move. Genetics probably played a role in it. I got it. I'm thinking the same thing because he got to be built like his mama. He got to be built just like his mama.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. They was feeding him a lot of jollof rice and fufu
and soy. Shout out to the soy boys out there. Them soy hips, man. You in the bad way as a man if your hips is broader than your shoulders. Like you the reverse Johnny Bravo. I see Corey Holcomb evil. He gonna call he is fluffy. See, I'm calling him fluffy. Corey called him thick. God damn.
Oh boy. But somehow these creatures still survive on the internet. We'll see as we on the back end of 2026 going into 2027. We'll see if these characters who gonna survive 2027.
2027, 2026. I think I deemed it being the year of separation. All right. The cream shall rise to the top. About to start talking like Hulk Hogan. The cream shall rise to the top. And these fluffy ninjas like this, will they survive? Will the grift survive 2026? The year of separation, the year of the grift. Will they survive 2027? 2027 about to be a mother sucker. Jeez, just trying to pick. It's gonna be wild. Y'all gonna see YouTube changing up. Social media is shifting. Oh man, it's gonna be some dust being stirred up, and we gonna be here as the journalists that we are, reporting this madness as it goes on. And we appreciate y'all Jab Chickens rocking with us as y'all always do. Hopefully y'all appreciate that tether babble at the end. No, it got a little bit insufferable, but we appreciate y'all coming through, supporting y'all interests, supporting y'all channel, supporting your beautiful black media, coming through with the super chats, cash apps. Thank you, and the thank you. And the jewels. Appreciate you, brother James.
And also in the cash app, shout out to brother who we got here. Again, so we got B Series XL. We appreciate you, brother. He says again, brother, again, brother, again, brother.
Again, as I said again, brother. Yeah, he started saying brother. He started getting frustrated. He went from bro to brother, trying to drive it home. We together, my brother.
Yeah, that's a disarming tactic, unfortunately. So.
Yes, it is. Okay, we brothers. Bring down hostility.
See what I'm saying? Nonetheless, shout out to all the sponsors tonight came through. Brother Ryan Page gifting memberships. Shout out to Black Light came through. Sister Rachel. Yeah! Boom, Brother Project Leroy. Energy Don't Die. Ashy Foots. Merciful. Nai's Air Force Reek. EV Ray. I see Nightcall came through. Devil's Games. Everybody in the Cash App. Beast Mode XL came through. Sister Ebony Dean. Yeah! Boom, shakalaka! And Brother Hamdog.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka! Appreciate all y'all coming through. Twos and fews. 1 says, 2 says, we'll take it all. But big shout out to the show sponsors coming through with the big support, keeping the lights on at Carpet for the Horse Studios. Can't thank you guys enough. Shout out to the sister Rachel. I started checking out your email. We're gonna get better. Regardless of what y'all think y'all see out there in social media land, we still a 2-man crew. As much as we continue to grow, still just the 2 of us and our lovely wives, but they can only do so much as well. But we gonna get better at checking out the emails. We still got stuff to look at from Leon King. We backed up, Rachel. We trying. We these students. We got disclaimers now.
Yeah! Boom, nonetheless, all right, we checking it out. And shout out to y'all, Sister Ebony Dean, everybody in the chat. We will see y'all back up here tomorrow night for Single by Choices at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Yes, sir. More dating, mating, and rage baiting madness coming down the pike. Never a dull moment, man. Shout out to SBC Nation. Shout out to the replay gang as well. We appreciate y'all. But as y'all know, ain't no show like a live show. So make sure you are subscribed to all 3 of our channels. Make sure you are part of the Patreon. Make sure your notifications are on so you don't miss a thing.
So we appreciate y'all. Yeah, Project Leroy. Yeah, that pick was comedy. I don't know where I seen it at. Somebody had it posted, but it's unfortunate.
It's the fluff of it all. You got to, it's okay not to like yourself so you could change. I hate the old me that I let it terrible. Absolutely. That's okay. But see that when you love yourself, when you just constantly love yourself, why change? We humans. We only change when we're uncomfortable. This ninja comfortable. Appreciate you. Rivers, come through with the $2 and we appreciate you.
So we appreciate you coming through on our way out. Make sure y'all come over to the Truth Over Lies channel to catch the replay. That's where the replay will live. Everybody over on the Cart Before the Horse. And like I said, we'll see y'all back tomorrow night. Until then, I'm Gavin X.
I am Mr. Walker.
And we are Cart Before the Horse Productions.
A good evening.
We're trying to get you old now, viral online. Truthful lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets where he need you here. Quarters of vision, fit your focus, kiss. Break generational suffering. Truthful lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets where he need you here. Quarters of vision, future focus, kings. Break generational suffering. We don't profit off death. We don't clap for destruction. We here to build men. Not bury boys. Not bury boys.